Welcome to Cash Grab, the weekly podcast where we go through movie and TV franchises that have been turned into games and decide, are they cash grabs or are they not? My name is Tom.
My name's Adam.
I'm Stef.
I'm Dan.
You'll. Hey!
Well done.
And this is the 1.5 time you're seeing us on film.
Yeah.
Sorry, I fucked up. But this time you should have a whole podcast.
Hopefully you see us for the whole thing, which I don't know is a good thing or a bad thing.
It's a very good thing. If the 45 minutes of Jurassic Park that they didn't see as anything to go by, it was really good.
It was great. It was the greatest thing. Tom was juggling at one point. It was great.
Exactly, and not even with juggling balls.
It's funny how we didn't mention it at all.
Human heads.
Right, so what have we been up to then, guys? We've been playing Infinite. Are we boring? Let me guess. Witcher 3?
Well, an aspect of Witcher 3. Remember,
Oh, yes! Oh, I'm so excited.
I've got addicted to Gwent. Well, he's tall, he's tall, dark, and handsome. Met on Tinder. No, actually, Squirt. We met on Squirt.
So
I thought Gwent's not a name you hear often, is it?
Squirt? Right, no.
It's like Grindr, but wetter.
Right, so basically,
Winder.
in Witcher 3, they've like included a card game. I know quite a lot of RPGs
Right,
include a card game.
But
this
think like Final Fantasy 8 and
Triple
9.
Triad.
Yeah, Triple
Yes,
Triad,
yes.
yeah. So this one is like, kind of like those, what's the really big one from Blizzard? Hearthstone.
Hearthstone,
Kind of like Hearthstone, but like much simpler, I think. So you get a card and you put it down, it's like trying to build up the most points against the other player and blah, blah, blah.
I really feel like
when
I should be doing the description of
Well,
it.
the thing is, when I played The
He's
Witcher...
doing a better job than you.
He is doing a much better job, yeah.
When I played The Witcher, I got so into Gwent. Like, I'd go onto Witcher to play Gwent. Like, it was that much fun. I'd be like, I've only got half hour.
Gwent does sound like a man or a woman that is like, I got so into Gwent. Gwent's, fucking Gwent. Oh. That's what it sounds like to me.
Okay.
I hope you speak to her or him a bit kinder.
Yeah, hopefully. Alright, so I was like, I've got half hour. I'll jump on to Witcher 3 and play some Gwent.
But that's the
jump
thing.
on Gwent.
You start saying,
So, like-
I'm going to jump on Gwent.
Yeah, because like,
Don't you, Dan?
Yes.
but then like you can battle
Gwent's
people.
becoming one of
who
those
have-
words you say over and over again. It loses all meaning.
Gwent.
So you battle people who have like, different cards. You can win different cards or do different effects. And, like you have there's different factions, all this kind of stuff. I got well into it.
Is
And
it like
Tom,
Yu-Gi-Oh?
No.
But then Tom-
Nowhere near as good.
Tom got. When I told Tom that I was into Gwent, he was like,
This
Gwent shit. What's
this
wrong
this
with
was
you?
ages ago, and like I've played The Witcher 3 insane amount of hours over like since it's been released, and all this time I've not once got into Gwent. I was like, it's a load of shit. It's like I cannot get into it no matter how hard I try. And I was talking about it with you a little while ago.
Yeah.
And Steph was like, no, it is really good. You just got to give it a go. And I thought, all right, I'll give it a go. I played it for 4 minutes, and I'm hooked.
Does it have any bearing on the game itself outside of Gwent? I mean, if you win
It does.
Gwent
'Cause-
enough times, do people treat you differently, or is it
No, you just kind of unlock more cards.
Yeah.
to then go and play Gwent?
But it does like you do like challenge people in different places. So like there'd be the big city players or the country players.
Do you get
and stuff.
money?
Yeah,
to win?
you bet. So like shop owners and stuff, like merchants and stuff, you can go up to them and it'll say like, let's play around, and then it says like bet how much you want. So it'll be like, I'll put 10 crowns on me, because I'm not going to bet on the other guy.
Yeah, I think that's illegal. Isn't it?
Exactly.
That's a great way of winning money. Just throw the game.
Well, yeah, but it's illegal.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, some
it
rules
illegal
are meant
in
to
the
be
game?
broken.
No.
No.
Well, maybe in Novigrad. Velen doesn't have any laws, does it?
But yeah,
Velen's
like-
a fucking swamp.
So I'm glad you got into Gwent.
I'm fucking hooked.
You finally agreed it's great.
It's fucking awesome. So now I am playing The Witcher 3, but I'm not, because I'm just playing Gwent. That's all I'm doing. So I've been playing lots of Gwent, and now in real life I want to get really good at poker, and I want to like sit in a pub all day and just like challenge people.
Challenge people to poker.
Yeah, just
This
challenge
is
people
not
to like a
going
game
well.
of poker and just like do bets, and that's how I want to make my money now. I want to just
Give it a go.
should I?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
until
why
you
not?
lose your money.
Sit in the Prince of Wales.
Oh, snap! I'll just do snap.
Yeah.
Play snap. I'm not man enough for poker.
Go fish.
I'm not man enough for poker. It'll be snap. Pokemon cards.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
You just played
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Pokemon Snap.
Yeah.
Poke.
There we go.
Pokemon Snap.
Let's go a little
okay.
N64 with you, set up in the corner.
Yeah.
I don't know how you're going to make any money, but good luck.
I'll find a way.
Yeah.
I'll find a way. I'll find some sucker. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. I've been
Nice.
gwenting.
That's good.
I've been making a bow.
Oh, yeah.
not played
Fucking
anything.
hell. It's
Basically,
vicious.
It is pretty vicious. It's out of PVC. I recommend anyone with any spare time make a bow.
I really thought you were going to say I
Shoot
recommend for anyone with any spare PVC.
Yeah,
Send it in. To be fair, you have to
got a
get-
pipe or two
you have
lying
to get-
about?
You have to get a proper good grade of PVC though. I had to get some American grade PVC.
Okay.
Because our European shit is shit.
Is it?
Basically, yeah, so the American stuff is like a lot thicker, so it holds better. If you want to make a bow, check out Backyard Bowyer. He's awesome. On
Backyard
YouTube.
Bowyer?
Yeah.
A bowyer is the title of somebody who makes bows.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because people think it's a bow maker.
A bowman.
A bowman. Yeah, but that's actually somebody who shoots people with a bow and arrow.
Right.
It's just just
Throwing
throwing like a
bows.
spear. Just like lobbing bows like a spear.
I'm
like
sure
old-
there's a better way to use this.
like old battles and stuff, like fucking ramparts going up and like Lord of the Rings and stuff, and then just like bowmen at the top, just like Uruk Hai getting tangled in strings, just like ah! Yeah, good use
So
of
yeah,
time.
so that's what I've been doing. No games.
It sounds
Fair.
good.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
It's actually
yeah.
pretty fun.
Yeah, and Dan,
I have I finished.
There's some weird noises going
Yeah.
on.
Something
yeah,
outside.
it's haunted. We're in a haunted house.
It's fine. We're locked in.
Maybe someone breaking into your house.
Maybe. Sorry, it's haunted. The ghost will scare them away. Have you not been listening?
Dan?
What have I been? I finished Mario, 120
Yes.
stars.
Fuck. It
Fucking-
didn't take you long.
That was quick.
I've had a lot of time this week.
That was a couple of weeks.
Should have made a bow.
Should have made it better. Oh no, it's really easy once you just like. What I did is I turned it on one day and I finished one level, just bang one level out.
This does sound
Finish
kind
the
of
map.
like just playing games.
Yeah,
It almost does.
Do you know what I mean?
yeah. I just like finished, and then there's only like 15 stages, 15 maps. So like 2 weeks. That's all you really need.
How did you find the one? Is it Clock Tower?
Yeah.
That one was a pain in the ass.
Yeah, that's right. Pain in the ass. And granted,
Elaboration there. Cheers, mate. I'm glad I asked. It's had my opinion thrown back at me.
granted, I did have to look at a guide for like one or two. 'Cause, I mean, it was just
what?
ridiculous.
A guide.
I mean,
Oh.
how you some of those are so like unintuitive. You
Yeah.
just like it's trial and error.
If you go into the castle, this is Super Mario 64, right?
Yes.
If you go into the castle and you look at the
Yes.
roof, does something happen?
Yeah.
Yeah, you go into like the sky flying level. Yeah.
I remember that vaguely.
That one made sense because the light came down as, after you got a few stars, and you went, "Oh, this is different." Okay.
Mario, just like writing comes up. Mario suffered a fatal heart attack.
I just like the way that you see like light pouring through the ceiling, and your first instinct is to stare at it.
Yeah, good point. Against
Yeah,
all advice
yeah.
your parents have ever given you, like, no, sun bad.
Stare at the bright light.
No, that's actually what he was just saying to you. Son, bad. You're her son, the son of the family. Fuck's sake!
But yeah, I did that like a while back, and then I bought Final Fantasy IX on PS4.
Yeah, because they've re-released it.
What's
Now.
what's your opinion of it? Because like
I'm
they-
tempted because
they
I never
rele-
played Final Fantasy 9.
Final Fantasy
Well,
IX is awesome.
I got a little bit into it and I gave up.
Yeah, well, it's one of my favourites, definitely. But the thing is that like, they released the same one that's on PS4 on Steam like
Yeah.
ages and ages ago
Yeah.
with like the updated graphics and achievements, blah 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 blah. But I've never bought it, so my impression is still the old PS1 version. So like, what's your impression of the new updated? Do they still have the faces which look like they've been?
No, everything's really nice. It's really clean. Really, they've put a lot of work into it. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's
Have you got Freya yet?
No.
What about the? Is there a toad? Is there
Queen.
a frog?
Queena.
Yeah.
She's like the chef.
Is that the frog?
She's the chef.
She's
She's not a frog.
It's a weird game.
She's a. What are they called?
I don't know.
But they just wear chef's hats.
Queen Kwan.
Kwan.
Is that a frog?
She
No,
chases
she eats frogs.
Where is the fucking frog?
Steph,
Oh, you know
a
what?
frog is a frog.
You know what? I'm thinking of Chrono Trigger.
No, you're thinking of Sid. Sid, you know Sid's in every Final
He does
Fantasy.
become a
He's the
frog.
king, and he's a frog.
Yeah, but
Well, that might be
also,
one.
And he's got a
I've
moustache.
never played Final Fantasy.
no.
Is this appealing to you in any way, shape, or form?
Really?
Because let's be honest, it's quite an off-putting conversation, isn't it?
I mean, usually
Not a fan of
The highlight is frog.
I mean,
Yes.
usually I wouldn't buy those sort of things, but eventually they're going to remake 8, and then they're going to just probably release them all in one package. Because they
The
go
final package.
because they're remaking
It
them
will never
all.
be the final package. They always bring them more, aren't they?
Well, it'd never be the Final Fantasy.
Well, I mean, I think they're
But
going
they
to
all are the Final Fantasies.
they're going to package it all into like the classics, like maybe like 7 to 10 or maybe 1 to 10. Who knows? Once they've
1 to 10.
Once they've remade them all. Or
Sorry,
something.
that's
Yeah, fucking hell.
that's a lot. That's a lot of game. That's a lot. That's a
Is a lot of
big
game in one
Yeah,
package.
well, maybe they won't do like 1 to 10, but maybe like 5 or 6 because 6 is. When
I love the way this is going, because if we carry on this conversation much longer, we're just going to list every number.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe they'll do 6,
Maybe 1
maybe
to
they'll
10,
do 7.
or maybe just 3, 4, and 5.
So I get quite serious when I
I've got
talk about
about 2.
Final Fantasy. I love it. I love it.
He
And
does.
he loves
I
you.
do. Yeah,
Well,
but no, it's really good.
Talking of Final Fantasy, I'm 3 trophies away from platinum Final Fantasy 15.
Fucking hell!
Yeah,
Have you
I'm
killed
nearly
the Adamant twice?
Yeah, I cheated though.
Why? How?
Because I was going to take him on normally, but his health is just ridiculous. It's
Yeah.
not difficult to kill. Like, he doesn't hurt you, so to speak. Like, if he hits you, you just use a health potion in your back. But by
Okay.
that point in the game, you'll have 900, like 99 of them.
So it's just like a long slog.
So it's just
basically.
long, yeah. And you're just basically
Yeah.
like warp into a rock, hitting him in the eye, hitting him a few times, warping back to the rock, hitting him in the eye, doing it a few times, then
Yeah.
you pull out your armature and destroy him for a while.
That
And
sounds
you-
so boring.
So yeah, it is very boring. I tried it.
Did you buy a nuke and drop it from the
Yeah, I
flying
fucking
car?
dropped it right on his face.
Knew it.
No, so like, I'd done that for about 5 minutes, and I was like, right, I get the gist of this, and I see it's going to take like 2 hours, so
Yeah.
I'm just going to use. And basically, later on in the game, you get the Ring of Lucille, which is like this all-powerful ring for the king. You get that, and there's one move where you basically obliterate whatever the hell is in your way. So like, you know, in Final Fantasy X, where you could pay your Jimbo to just kill them off.
Yeah,
And was
like-
it Cat Sif as well in 7?
Yeah,
It's the
but you can just
gamble,
pay
the
the
reels,
gamble.
death reels.
So this works for any enemy. You can just pull it out, bang, hold down triangle, and it just obliterates them. They're gone. But with the Adamantoise, it's like, I don't know what the percentage is, but it doesn't happen every time. So
Yeah.
it took about 20 goes, and each time it brings like your magicka down to the bottom.
Yeah.
So then you walk
just
back to a rock,
restart
and then
or
you
something.
get it back. So it's just
Oh.
basically warp into a rock, holding down triangle, not
really
working. Warp
cheating.
into a rock, holding down
No,
triangle.
it's
Eventually
it's a
got him, it was
legitimate
quite boring.
strategy, but it kind of sucks the soul out of an otherwise quite dramatic fight.
Yeah, but it's not a dramatic fight
No,
because it is
prolonged
boring.
fight.
It's amazing, like because you start off like a mile away.
Yeah,
Or something
and you
like
see
that,
it.
and then you see it come up, and it is massive. Like it's
Yeah.
the biggest boss I've ever seen.
I saw the picture on Twitter.
Yeah, I put a picture on Twitter.
Check that out on Twitter
it's-
at Cash
it's
Grab Podcast.
Fucking huge.
Yeah,
Like it is unbelievable. But then I realised, well, it's all rock, so it's just like they lifted up the mountain. They've just got a big like turtle head. So it's not actually that big animation. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's just a massive
just
head coming out of a huge mountain.
yeah, yeah.
But it's still impressive because you're running up to it. It takes
Yeah,
like
no,
a
of
good like,
course.
5 minutes to run up to the fucking thing.
It's fucking
And then,
amazing.
Yeah,
isn't
so I
it?
took that thing down. It's quite boring. So I've only got a few trophies left. Fishing, so I just have to fish. Boring.
Best part of any game. Fishing.
I
well,
don't play Final Fantasy to
well,
fish.
God.
Sega's Bass Challenge is one one
yeah.
hell of a game. Like,
Dan would love it.
Dan, if you've got any spare time, let's be honest, you do.
Yeah.
Sega's Bass Challenge.
Won't for long. Won't for long.
Great.
You'll never
Get it
look
on
at
the
a bass
Wii
the
because then
same
you get
way.
to reel it in and everything.
Yeah, exactly.
It's on my Christmas list.
But yeah, so I'm gonna. Well, by the time that this comes out, I probably would have got that by now.
You're playing
What,
it.
the Bass Challenge?
The Bass Challenge. Platinum that bad boy. No, I would have finished 15.
The only trophy I can imagine for a game about catching bass is catch a bass. Just like catch 5 bass. you
Yeah,
know?
literally, 1 trophy's 1, 2 trophies 2, 3 trophies.
yeah, exactly.
And then I think Wolfenstein, the New Order's my next game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Still never got round to it.
Because the second one's
Looking
coming
forward.
out and it looks class. So I
Yeah.
thought the first one went cheap on PS4, so I was like, yeah, go on, give that a go.
Yeah,
So-
definitely. Definitely.
Get
I've been
tickets
I've
to
been
that
meaning
one.
to play that.
And I
for fucking
really
ages.
enjoyed Doom, so it's the same people
It's
in
Bethesda,
it. So,
isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's id. Because Bethesda bought
ID.
id, didn't they?
Id.
It did.
Idiots.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That should be good fun.
Awesome.
Cool. Should we get to the episode?
Let's get to it.
So this is episode 20.
It
Oh,
is.
bloody hell.
Yes,
That's
so
gone
we've
round
we've
quite
hit
quick.
yeah.
It has, isn't it?
That's 20 weeks. So we've hit a milestone. We're on episode 20, and much like our 10th episode, which was a little milestone, which was Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone for the PlayStation 1, we are doing Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets
Yes,
for
that's
the
one.
PlayStation 1. So we're revisiting Harry Potter again, guys. How excited are you to revisit Harry Potter again?
Oh.
Yeah.
I
Do you know
quite
what?
like
I was quite excited to begin with.
Yeah.
To begin with.
Until we got to the game, I was really excited.
Yeah, so we can see how this episode's going already. But should we
Yeah.
do the film?
All right, so we start with the film. So
Everybody's seen Chamber of Secrets.
Yeah. Everybody's
Well,
seen
this-
every
but
Harry
this-
Potter movie.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
no,
sure.
I haven't. I said this to you before. I haven't seen every Harry Potter.
The only
movie.
person in the world who hasn't seen every Harry Potter is this man right here.
Hello. So I haven't seen. I've seen up to 4, which is the Goblet of Fire, isn't it? I've seen up to 4,
Yes.
and then
God, that's
5 I haven't seen, 6 I haven't seen, and then the 7th one they did in 2 parts, right?
Which
And I only saw
What's
part
5
2.
and 6?
Half-Blood
Order of the
Prince.
Phoenix
Oh,
and
Order of
Half-Blood
the-
Prince.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I haven't seen any of them. So I've seen up to 4 basically, but
they
that's
kind of
that's.
get merged into one, don't they?
Well, this is it. Like I don't know.
I'd say
I never
after
had the
4, because
interest.
Goblet of Fire was boring, wasn't it? Can't wait for that.
Episode 40.
Yeah.
But so Chamber of Secrets today. So right off the bat, watch the film. I don't even remember how it opens. It opens with the typical
Well,
zooming
when did it
into
come
the.
out and all that?
Oh, okay, yeah. So this was released in the 3rd of November 2002. So, fucking hell, nearly 15 years ago.
Yeah.
In like a month's time, 15 years ago. Fucking hell. So that's something.
Did anyone go cinema and see this?
Yeah, I don't remember. I probably
don't
did.
think so.
Probably did, but
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think I probably did, but I don't.
I only went to cinema for Philosopher's Stone and the last one, part 2 of the bad one. Of the one where the bad things happen with the Voldemort.
The final one.
Voldemort.
Well, you can't say Voldemort, so Voldemort.
Yeah. Or
Clever.
yeah. Yeah, see?
Have you ever
Smart.
listened to the
He was-
audiobooks read by something Dale? I
No.
can't remember his actual
Dale?
name.
He's the
Something
guy
Dale.
that does the openings to the games. Isn't
Okay, so the way he says Voldemort is fucking shit. He calls him Voldemort.
he? The
It's
friend.
just like,
Voldemort.
what is it?
Oh, well,
Voldemort.
he's obviously avoiding it as well. He's being smart. You see, because you catch
being
him off guard.
pretentious.
Because Voldemort is
He's
like
being all French.
Voldemort's quite
Well,
omniscient.
Voldemort, like, isn't the name from France? Like, isn't it a French?
Well,
Mort.
Mort is deaf.
In French.
Yeah, French and Latin.
Yeah, Latin as well.
So you like
derived.
you go in, you're like, yeah, I know this, and then he looks at Adam for help. Like, Adam, can you make sure that I'm correct? And Adam's like,
You know what?
Yeah.
It's times like this I really wish I never brought up the idea of
Putting a
filming.
camera,
because
yeah. You
because
get
I'll
caught
just
out
be
on
like,
everything.
no, Steph, you're silly, and get away with it in like all the other episodes. And now I'm like, fuck. Yeah. So Adam is right. Mort is a word
Sweet.
meaning deaf.
I thought it was something like that.
So Voldemort.
Anyway,
So-
film.
So the film. So it opens up, I think almost identical, well not identical to the Philosopher's Stone, where that's Hagrid taking lights, isn't it? Or Dumbledore.
Dumbledore.
Well, in this, but it does the same thing. It kind of zooms into, what's the...
Privet Drive.
Privet
Privet
Drive.
Drive.
Yeah, films into
And into the
window.
Dursley household. And Harry, once again, is a sad little orphan boy, feeling bad for himself. And Vernon, his uncle, is like ripping into him as usual. He's like, I just dislike you and everything about you. And
Yeah,
Harry,
basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much verbatim, that wasn't it? Was word for word what Vernon said.
It is. And Harry was like, chill out, mate. Go easy. Just
Less
because
verbatim.
I'm a fucking wizard.
Yeah.
And Vernon was like, get out.
But the thing is, like, so the first film they treat him like shit.
Yeah.
Then he gets sent off to wizard school.
Yes.
Then he comes back for wizard school for a year.
Yes.
Do you think they heard about what he'd done? With the
Probably
whole, like,
not.
No, I
When would
don't
they
think
have
they
the
care.
opportunity to? Yeah.
No, I don't know. Would you still carry on treating a child like this, like shit,
No.
who
No.
has now learned magic?
Yeah.
No. The thing
Especially
is,
after what happened the last one, some like 7-foot giant storms through your house and. bends
Oh
your
yeah,
gun.
yeah. You think, you know what?
I'll think twice about that.
Yeah,
But they do give him his own room this time.
He
he's
has
just
got
no
his
longer-
own
he's
underneath
no
the,
longer
stairs, wasn't
Underneath
he?
the stairs.
Yeah.
Now he's got his own bedroom.
And he's still complaining. What a little shit.
so true.
He's
But
got
the
it
thing
good.
is,
He's got it good now.
I realised a plot hole straight off the bat, okay?
Go on.
Quite a significant one, and this is about the character of Vernon Dursley, the uncle. So basically, he starts saying, "Off with your strange friends," and he's hinting about all these things about Harry Potter being involved in
He
this.
calls them freaky friends.
Yes, freaky friends. So he's saying all these things about like this new world he's involved with and how terrible it is and how bad it is. But at the same time, he despises Harry. That's very clear, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
And he doesn't like Harry being in his house.
No.
For example, the line he says, "We've had you here and we've sheltered you and you've eaten the food off our table." So everything's a point of contention. Wouldn't he want him to fuck off to Hogwarts so Harry doesn't have that roof over his head, doesn't eat his food, and he doesn't have to care about him?
Yeah, but he doesn't want him to develop magical powers. He doesn't want him to be a freak. Because he says he thinks that will put shame on him, having a wizard in the family.
Amazing. Just amazing. What? Like, nobody knows about it, though. This is the point. Nobody on the outside, well, he may have his hints about it. He doesn't know the true extent of it. But at the
Yeah.
same time, like, muggles are totally unaware of the wizarding world.
Well, that's why he's worried.
So there's
that
no
he-
shame to be had.
Well, he's worried
no
that he's going
shame
to come
out
down
there.
and just do it, like do his magic in front of people, like when the
I've
cake-
just got a
the
great
cake-
image
the
of
cake
just
is
like...
fine.
Cock magic.
Cock magic.
Yeah, it's like that. It's like that. It's just like, oh, Harry.
What's the song he sings during Cock Magic? It's so good. That is a great episode.
Oh man, but yeah. So that was straight off the bat. I just thought like, let's be honest, a little bit of the plot hole in the sort of like in the mind or inner workings of Vernon Dursley. But basically, he's having a go at Harry.
But the thing is that I don't understand.
Yes.
Why didn't he just go and live with Ron in the first place?
Another good point.
I think.
Well, you mean you can't
the
just
fact
go live with someone just.
Well, because later
They
later
consider
on,
him family.
They're a poor
Ron and the
they're a
boys
poor
come and
family.
save
at this
him.
point, they don't know each other.
At this point, they
Family.
don't like him either.
Yeah, they don't like him.
Oh, fuck off, Harry.
Harry, come in and eat
Not
the
this
food off our
guy
table.
again.
The family's poor as well. They can't take in another mouth to feed.
But I think the point is
Yeah,
that
true enough. Practical.
Dumbledore reckons he
But
should
they
be
can
with
magic
family.
food.
I
Exactly.
don't think that's how it works.
You magic food?
Well, they magic like.
Actually, they do in Hogwarts, don't they?
Well, actually, no. Apparently, in the
food on the table.
books, they're
There's
like
loads of kitchen
loads of
elves.
elves are
Loads of
cooking it, and then they
kitchen
just
elves.
magic it up. But surely they could still
Oh.
magic a KFC up or something. Do you know what I mean?
KFC.
Magic isn't just like taking food without paying. That's just.
I'm not taking it. I'm just transporting it.
So basically, you're just saying teleportation magic.
Yeah.
So just walk into a KFC and just like.
That's literally like
They'll
the
never
last,
know.
the last part of that last Rick and Morty episode where he shows up. It's like, oh no, the pizza shop's closed, and he goes in through the portal, comes back. He's like, ah, look what I got. It was just on the counter. I've just taken it. That's literally the equivalent.
There
of
you
what
go.
you're saying.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
So
Theft magic. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
So,
Oh.
no, Adam.
And
I insist.
Go on, Adam.
so the Dursleys are having some people over for dinner.
Bishop Brennan.
Bishop Brennan from Father Ted.
Yeah.
I mean, and
Yeah.
it's so sad that he didn't get a line in this. He's
know.
just there as like part of the
I
furniture.
wish he
Doesn't-
I wish he was
doesn't
the
get a
same character.
No, he doesn't talk. But the thing is, he's there as like a business associate. or
Yeah, I
something.
think they're
he's the boss.
Well, Verner's trying to do a deal with him, I think,
Oh,
Yeah.
to
right.
sell something to him or something like that. Trying to make the biggest
Dodgy,
deal of his
dodgy.
career.
Yes, that's it. Yes, it.
So,
Push
yeah,
it,
so
bring it up to
Harry
the-
obviously has to be out the way because he doesn't want Harry embarrassing him.
Well, considering his distaste for the priesthood of Northern Ireland, he'd probably be a bit disgruntled with the wizards of North London.
But the thing
Carry
is,
on.
like, yeah, so he shuts him up in the bedroom, and Harry's like, "Yes, I'll be upstairs, pretending I don't exist."
If I was Harry, I'd be
Yeah.
happy. I'd be happy to be up there. I wouldn't want to see his bloody
that's-
friends.
that is-
No,
that is true.
You think
Maybe
Harry would
that's
be
just
like,
me.
"Yeah, sweet, I'll go and chill in my bedroom."
So basically, Harry's just a little shitty, passive-aggressive baby.
Well, he's
Because what
getting
else is
through
Harry
puberty.
going to do? Because it's not like downstairs he has a great time.
No, exactly.
No.
So he's not going to have a great time no matter what. So he's going to be in his room anyway.
Stay
So
out
it's
with-
like, yes.
Stay out there with his owl. I'd love that.
Would you? Should we buy Dan an owl?
Yeah, we should.
Stay up there
Could it be a
with his
So you
mascot
can complete Mario games with it. Be great.
No.
with
Nah.
it? Use it as a controller.
Yeah.
Do you
Doesn't
still
work.
have that parrot, Dan?
Oh no, he passed away.
That was a while ago as well.
Dino.
Dino, the African.
Did you have
grey.
to think about that?
No, I was thinking of
breed.
his breed,
Oh,
Um,
what was he?
African grey.
Oh yes, you just said.
I think it was an African break.
Yeah,
Thanks, Stef.
we sent him to live with another parrot. It's I'm very tired.
Did he take good care of him?
Is this somebody you send your dog to the farm?
Yeah.
No.
So no, Dino's still alive.
Steph, you're getting all the analogies mixed up. Yeah, we flushed the dog down the toilet.
Have you never heard that one?
we sent the goldfish to the farm.
Have you never heard that? When a
No, I
dog's
do.
gone to the farm?
I was mixing up the analogies.
Oh, right.
We sent him to with a guy who had an aviary, and was like, he had like 3 other parrots, and went, it'd be great for him there.
They're social animals.
Yeah, and because I was the only one that took care of him, and then I did a lot of travelling.
Yes.
And
That must be a really loud room that guy has, because birds are fucking loud, aren't they?
Especially that fucking.
Yeah.
Oh God,
true.
really loud. And he was healthy as can be, and he was really happy for a couple of months, and then suddenly he just passed away. It's quite.
Oh,
I'm sorry, Dan. I'm sorry.
Oh, he had a good life.
He done well.
He done well.
Anyway, so
we didn't have to
Harry.
pay for the hospital fees.
So Harry goes up to his
Feel bad
bedroom
about that one.
after being told, like, you're a piece of shit. Get out of my face.
Yeah.
So he goes up to his bedroom to find Dobby,
Dobby.
the house elf.
Well, he doesn't go up to find Dobby.
No, well, he
goes
finds
up.
Dobby there.
Yes,
find Dobby.
yes.
Is Dobby
To
CG?
find Dobby.
Or is it an actor doing motion capture?
It's Warwick Davis.
Yeah. I don't know.
No,
actually.
it's
A
not.
good
No, it's
question.
CCG.
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 For anyone at home,
work in
that's
the NHS.
computer graphics.
Certified computer graphics.
Certified computer graphics. Yeah, so
That'd be a great job, wouldn't it? The guy just goes around and goes, I certify that. 60 quid. Yeah, so he must be CGI, yeah. So
Yeah.
Dobby's just tearing the place apart and jumping on the bed.
yeah, what's
Just
wrong?
being
What's
a
wrong
complete
with the
dick.
What's
What's
wrong
that
with
about?
Oh, he's been mistreated his whole life.
I
Can't
did
blame
I
him.
did make a note of it, I think. Yeah, first note. Why is Dobby liked?
Why is Dobby a?
Why? Fuck's sake.
God, I'm going to have to bleep that out and everything.
So why is Dobby liked? That was the first thing I wrote. Not that. So that's the
thing
first
is,
thing. Because
I
everyone
don't
seems
know.
to love him.
I don't know. I
Everyone's
don't
like,
like
oh,
Dobby.
Dobby's so cute. He turns up in his bedroom, like you say.
Yep.
He's jumping on the bed. Woo, woo, woo. And it's like, you've already made a mess of my bed, you twat.
Yeah, he's pulled drawers. I'm sure he's pulled drawers out.
Yeah, he what?
I'm sure he's like pulled drawers out. As
Oh,
well.
yeah, he's
Oh, yeah.
pulled some drawers out. He's
tries to
making
break
a
the
fucking
lamp.
mess of
Yeah, he
everything.
like smashes his head on his
He's
fucking
not trying to
wardrobe.
break the lamp. He's trying to break his
Face.
skull.
He's trying to break his face.
But this is it. It's like, so
There would have
basically,
been some bleeding there. He was hitting pretty damn hard.
Yeah.
PG movie, wasn't it?
You know when Dobby started smashing his head on the wardrobe?
Oh yeah. I expect.
Is that
I'd
bloody
love
lamp
it.
in the
I'd love
corner?
it if there's like an X-rated version of this movie, just like
Blood
you
everywhere.
just say like broken nose, fractured skull.
But yeah, the thing
That
is,
doesn't happen.
I don't understand why people like Dobby.
No, he's irritating.
Yeah, I find him really annoying.
But the thing is, he's
At this point, but doesn't
At
he
this
go
point.
on to like?
he's
But he
annoying
doesn't
off
really
the
do
bat.
anything because he just carries on doing this, and then like later on he gets given a sock, and he's like, "You gave Dobby a sock, guys. It's amazing." Great.
He was like, no, I want you to put it in the wash. That's my wank sock. Oh, Dobby will, mister. You fucking shit.
Dobby's gonna put on the sock. No, Dobby. No.
Harry Potter. Why?
He is grating, but there's some good comedy there.
No, I don't see it.
Not in like the actual character, but it's like, what was that line? It's like, oh, you must have met some horrible wizards. Yes. Oh no, I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, Dan.
I found it funny.
I mean, it's
That
the way you
noise
tell
made
him.
it
I'm not great at
That noise that Dan just made sums up Dobby.
It does. It's like a sigh.
I don't
Dobby is
get
a
it.
sigh.
I don't get why he's so loved.
No. So I mean, he's there. He's there to give Harry
tried
Potter
to
a
defend him,
message
but I
that
failed.
the
Maybe someone in the comments can defend Dobby, but
try your best.
Go for it.
Try your best, but you've got Danny. You on his side?
Yeah, Dan likes Dobby.
Okay, okay.
someone has
so
to be.
it's basically you've got 3 people who would just
I think
argue
we
against
don't
you.
like Dobby, and I think that Adam couldn't give a shit.
I don't really give a shit about Dobby.
Okay, so you've got 2 people who would argue fervently against you if you're in the comments.
Yeah.
What a way to invite people to
Yeah.
our channel.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Come here and have an argument, you prick.
Find me.
Yeah, so basically Dobby's whole intention is to stop Harry from going back to Hogwarts. Yeah.
And it's about Voldemort.
Because of Voldemort.
But he's not saying that, obviously. He's Harry's kind of pressing him as to why, what's the reason, what's going on. And this is when he starts basically mutilating himself in Harry's bedroom. He starts hitting his fucking face on things, smashing his
Yeah,
lamp over
because
his head.
he's doing things that he shouldn't.
Yeah, he's not supposed to be.
So he's
Harry-
like,
Harry
he's...
Potter.
Buy a stress ball.
No, but like he's punishing himself.
I don't think he has any money, is he?
Buy a stress ball.
He's a slave.
I say it again.
What, hit yourself in the head with it?
No, just...
Because he's punishing... You can't punish yourself with a stress ball.
No, but you don't... This is the point. You don't need to punish yourself.
No, but
if
he
that's how
does.
you
No, but
deal
he
with your
does.
anxiety,
He needs to
is
punish
by...
himself.
Why?
Because
He's
that's
not
what he
doing it
does.
because he's stressed. He's not hitting his head on the wall because he's stressed.
What's he doing then?
He's punishing himself.
Why?
He's going against his masters.
Yeah, he's
Who's
done
his
something
master?
wrong. Lucius Malfoy.
Spoilers.
Who's that?
Spoilers. The guy we meet later on.
Wait, who's Malfoy?
Draco.
Yeah, Draco's dad.
Yeah,
The
Malfoy.
long...
Yeah.
I didn't get
The long man.
The long man. Oh,
He was very long and
Draco
slender.
Longman.
Yeah, that's the one.
I know him. Good lad.
Yeah, so basically he's trying to convince Harry to not go to Hogwarts by like.
Okay.
So he's taking all the letters that Hermione and Ron
Does that
and
mean that
Hagrid are sending
Lucius
to him.
Malfoy's good?
No.
No.
Fuck.
For God's sake, you haven't seen this one, have you?
Dobby is trying to protect Harry by telling him not to go to Hogwarts because Lucius Malfoy, who's Dobby's master,
He's going
is
against
trying
his
to
master.
sabotage
Yes, that's why
Harry.
he's beating himself up.
It's like
Yeah.
he's double crossing. He's
The thing
a
is-
rogue
He's a
agent.
spy.
He's a rogue agent.
We're explaining this to you, and the listeners already know this.
They might not.
They do.
I'd say 90% of them know this.
They do.
Why? Sorry.
We need someone. We need someone to
bleep that out.
represent the demographic.
It wouldn't be an episode if Tom didn't fucking burp during it, would it? Right, so basically Dobby's like taking all the letters that are being sent to Harry and everything to stop him from going. To make Harry think that he doesn't have any friends. So he's like, well, I'm not going to go back to that school anyway.
Which is a shame because there were some raunchy
That
letters in
wouldn't
there, I
work.
imagine. He probably got a lot of fan mail.
But that wouldn't work.
Just saying.
Because
Dick pics.
Harry ain't going to stay with the Dudleys, is he? Or Dursley. Dursleys? Dursleys.
Yeah,
He's
Dudley's
not going to
the
stay.
boy.
Yeah, he's not going to
Dudley's
stay with the Dursleys because
No.
it's crap. So he'd rather go to a school where he doesn't have any friends
Yes.
than stay there.
Yeah.
So Dobby's plan's pretty shit.
It's not without its flaws. Let's
Yes.
put it that way. So
So-
basically, all this racket is going on upstairs.
Yes.
And meanwhile,
Bishop Brennan.
Bishop Brennan and Vernon Dursley are trying to secure their deal, and Vernon Dursley's doing it by basically doing a stand-up comedy sketch in his front room.
Yeah.
And he's like, so then I says to the guy, dum, dum, dum. So he goes upstairs because he hears this banging and crashing. And this is where you kind of get the hint that Vernon Dursley's a vaguely racist man. Bursts through the door.
It's not the first sin.
I guess so. So bursts through the door. Harry quickly shoves Dobby in a cupboard, closes the cupboard, and he's Uncle Vernon's there saying, "What are you doing, making all this racket? You're going to spoil my deal. I'm on the cusp of something great here. You even interrupted my Japanese golfer joke." And I thought, now, come on, let's just put the movie to one side and find out
hear
what
this
the
joke.
fuck the punchline is for this joke, because I know it's going to be funny, but I also know it is going to be a bit racist.
Yeah,
You know.
I have no idea what it could be.
No.
When he was on the ninth
So have a
hole,
quick Google.
Let's have
Adam, you
have
have
a
a
Do it.
Google.
Adam, you have a
I'm
Google.
going to see if we can, and then we'll get Dan to tell it.
Well, if it's not too bad.
that would definitely go over well.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
that's how we get ourselves out of it. We go, Dan, that was terrible.
just let me do it and just put a whole like. But
Japanese golfer joke punchline. It's the first thing.
there you go.
That's amazing.
So,
people with too
basically,
much talent there.
like-
Reddit. What
Like
do you think Uncle Vernon's Japanese golfer joke was about? Let's see if anyone's come up with any good ideas.
All right,
yeah,
Tom, do you want to carry on?
Probably just make some
so
really
after,
offensive jokes.
It's
so
gonna be
after
really
that,
offensive.
so after that, Harry kind of like plays it off. Oh, so what does he say he was doing?
Wanking.
Well, that is you know, I think that's what Vernon
Everyone
thought.
thinks.
He was like, "Calm down, boy."
Yeah, you're 13.
Can't you
Jesus
stop for a
Christ.
moment?
I don't know. I can't remember what he tells me he's doing.
Yeah, so he makes up like a lame excuse basically. But Vernon takes the bait, goes back downstairs, and charms Bishop Brennan a bit more. But then, obviously, Dobby goes even more fucking haywire, doesn't he? Starts
Well,
fucking up everything.
Dobby then basically, he goes mental, and then he realises that he's not going to be able to stop Harry by doing this, so he has to go to the last resort.
Oh, yes.
Which is
So
a
he
cake.
goes down. Yeah, so he goes down the step. Have
Do
you
you
got
want me
it,
to
or
read
is it
Do you want me to
too
read it?
brutal?
Do you want me to read it?
That's an essay.
No, it's not that.
I thought I was
It's
reading
this
it.
One. All right, Tom, give it a
Can
go.
you read it?
From
Do
the
you
start.
think you can read it on the podcast?
Yeah.
From the
There's
start?
no swearing.
All right, we're sorry if
I
this
don't
is
think the
slightly
swearing's
racist.
going to be the
No,
problem.
it's not racist.
This is from Reddit.
From the start, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. An American goes to Japan to close a big business deal. The night before, he is very tense, so he picks up a hooker in a hotel bar. She speaks no English, but they get their transaction settled and go to his room. In bed, she is wildly thrashing around, screaming out a phrase in Japanese. The man figures she is loving it and tries to remember what she is yelling. The next day, he is playing golf with his Japanese customer. On the third tee, the Japanese man swings. The ball makes a beautiful arc, hits the green, bounces twice, rolls, and winds up right in the cup. A hole in one. Thinking to impress his client, the man repeats the phrase he heard so much the night before. The Japanese golfer eyes him and says, "What do you mean wrong hole?" And on that
Very
note,
good.
Uncle Vernon,
Yeah, you got your promotion if you managed to get that joke off that, but you didn't.
Okay, yeah, I'm just.
did we do the 1, 2, 3, 4 at the beginning?
Oh, we didn't, did we?
We'll be right.
We'll work it out.
Two things about that joke. One, the line is, and then on the ninth hole, he actually says that, so that can't be the
Yeah.
actual joke. But also, if it was that joke, Dudley's sitting in the room.
Good point. Good
So I
point.
do want it to be that joke.
I mean, it may not have been that joke.
Nah.
Admittedly, there's probably quite a few.
That is
I
quite
think
a
it
good
still
one.
would be
But-
that joke.
That is quite a
if
good
Dudley
one.
was sitting there listening to this, I'm not quite sure.
Go play with Harry.
Right, so Dobby goes downstairs
Yes.
and he finds this big cake. I don't know, it's a weird looking cake, isn't it?
It's
It's got fruit on it. What kind of fucking
fruitcake.
cake is fruit? Fuck.
trifle.
Yeah.
It is like
I
trifle,
think it is
actually.
a trifle,
It's like
yeah.
cream and
So
fruit.
so Dobby Wingardium Leviosa's the trifle,
Oh God,
and
Wingardium
Harry,
Leviosa.
the dick that he is, walks behind it like he's pushing it using the force.
Yeah.
So he's like, oh,
He
and
really
then
could have tried harder.
and then when it
couldn't
goes over the Bishop Brenham's wife's head, Dobby obviously then clicks his fingers to drop it, and Harry
Does like a
looks like
downward
it looks
action.
like he smashes it onto her head.
Well, he just
So
doesn't
he's
take his
there.
hands away, does
No,
he?
so he's there with his arms out right behind her. Obviously, any normal person's going to go, "Why have you done this?" Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not like he's.
Was it?
He's
Can I
trying to,
ask a
like-
question because I missed something? Sorry to interrupt. Was the cake when it was floating? Was it still on a tray?
No.
So, hate to say it, but most of the mass of a cake is in the centre. So if he's gonna grab it on either side, it's gonna collapse in the middle anyway.
Well, he probably put his hands underneath it like that, didn't
It would still collapse.
he? No, not if you put your hands under and.
It
kind of
it
hold the
looked
middle.
quite a dense cake.
Yeah, I'm
and it
pretty
was
sure it
quite a
would have
tall.
fallen
It was
somewhere.
like a tiered cake.
I mean, if I was him,
That
they-
thing's gonna
they
fall
know
apart.
he's
You
magic,
need
though,
it
don't
on a
they?
platter.
So-
Yeah.
You need
They
it
know
on a
he's
platter.
magic, so they don't care.
the only real way to have solved that was to either one, just fucking go upstairs. It's not your problem if you're not around.
Good point.
He'll still get blamed.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
will.
at least he's not going to be there. Like bang! I threw this in your head. Or
Good point.
Or he could have saved the day, been a fucking hero, like do it Die Hard style, just like
And just licked
body
it off her
slam,
face.
And
body
eaten it
slam
in
the
the air.
cake, sort of like and just swatted it away with his whole
I
body.
feel like we're forgetting that he is a wizard and could actually.
But he's not allowed to do magic.
Yeah, they get expelled if they do magic outside of Hogwarts or the Wizarding World.
I mean,
Is it a different world?
But not in the game. You can crack on in the game.
Good, isn't it?
Yeah, so the thing gets dumped. And then,
It's
like,
on Bishop Brennan's wife.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then,
Straight on her head.
what does Uncle Vernon say? He's like, oh,
He's very
it's my
disturbed.
nephew. He's very
a
disturbed.
disturbed boy.
He doesn't like new people, so
Yeah,
he locked him upstairs.
Yes. Already screams a bit of I mean, Bishop Brennan's not going to be
bit of Fritz.
a bit fritzily.
Yeah,
It's
so
somewhat
like,
fritzily.
he's not like, I'll give you that order,
That
even though you
deal.
lock children upstairs.
Yeah, exactly.
That's-
It's like, I'd love it if at the end he's just like, bit of a strange night, Vernon. But I tell you what, I like incarcerating children too. You're hired. You got a deal, sir.
The cut of your jib.
I like the cut of your jib.
You've just been honest. I mean, what's wrong with having an orphan child? That's a great story to tell someone. Yeah, I took my an orphan child in. That's great.
He should have said it as like a charitable act.
Yeah, he could. Like, he
Yeah.
could really swing that into his like
His
Stupid.
favour.
into his favour, but he
definitely.
doesn't. He instead locks him
He
upstairs.
doesn't.
So then he puts bars on his window,
Yeah.
thinking that's going to stop a wizard.
You know, I would have put
Good
him
point.
back underneath the stairs. That would have worked.
I think there was something in the first film that he wasn't allowed to put him on the stairs anymore. I can't remember.
Well,
Maybe Hagrid says something.
Yeah. It was like, boy, fuck you.
the thing is like, it depends on how serious you want to get about it, really. But
Yeah.
why don't you just kill him?
Well, then he'd be a murderer.
Yeah, I don't think they
I
hate
think
him
that
that
might
much.
be the next step. Bars on the window, then death.
That's true, and he's
Oh,
got
wait,
a lot.
you
He's
saying
got a lot.
Harry kill Vernon, Vernon to kill Harry?
I was thinking Vernon kill Harry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's what I
what's
thought
the
you
route
meant.
I was going down.
Okay, would you try and kill a wizard?
Yeah, he's bigger than he is.
He can't use magic.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
but
sorry.
if someone's going to come and kill you, if you use
They need a
magic,
the thing is,
I'm
they need a
sure-
wand.
Yeah, I think they still have their wands.
Yeah, but
Grab-
don't forget, he's only done his first year of magic. He's made like a
Yeah, but he can still pick
feather
him up.
levitate and
But the
something.
thing
You
is,
could
like,
you could throttle a
Just because he's a
12-year-old
wizard,
child.
yeah. Just,
God,
yeah,
never asked
no, just
that.
because he's a wizard doesn't mean he doesn't sleep. Unlock that door in the middle of the night.
This is getting
This is getting too dark.
He's
Creep
given
him.
his most vulnerable
Creep
moments,
him.
like when he's shitting.
Pull his trousers down,
Wait, no,
and
what?
then
No.
nut him in the head. The trousers go down for embarrassment.
Oh, right, he dies naked.
He died pissing himself the bed.
Pissing himself. Anyway, so
This has gone a bit off topic.
yeah, so Vernon thinks it's a great idea to put bars on the window.
Yeah.
Then it's night time,
Yeah. Harry's looking all sad.
and we hear a farty engine coming towards us.
It's probably just like Harry's so malnourished by this point that his body's just like rejecting everything, just like, oh, oh. But it's not. It's not that. It's not a case of IBS. It's a flying car.
Driven by the Weasleys.
3 of them.
Yeah.
Ron, Fred and George.
And that dead hooker in the back. Don't forget her.
Is she a Weasley too?
Why?
Keep it in the family. Some of them couldn't make cut being a wizard. so they rock out outside his gated window and basically say, "We're busting you out, man, because you're imprisoned."
All this through a window.
Yeah, for a closed window.
It was
which you made a good point.
It was
of.
single glazed, but
Doesn't matter.
Still,
Voices aren't
they're
going to be that
talking
clear.
like completely normal. They're not even like raising their
Harry's
voices.
whispering because he says like, "Shh, we don't want to wake them up." A car is outside the window going. You know.
Yeah, then Ron's there going, Harry!
Yeah. Harry. Shush. You might wake up my uncle. It's like,
Don't worry, mate. We'll just rip these bars off.
yeah, exactly.
He'll be quiet.
Ron's a bit like, you know, in like gangster films, you've always got that one like little Cockney fella who's useless, and he's like, they'd like do a heist or something, and he's like, "You will be here at 4 o'clock, right?" "No worries, me old mucker, I'll be here." And he's just like, in Burger King. Ron's a bit like that, do you know what I mean? It's just like, "Shush, you'll wake my uncle. We're just gonna knock the bars off." Boom. But this is where Uncle Vernon loses his fucking mind.
Yeah, he goes
So
mental.
the bars come off, and I mean, admittedly,
Obviously makes a right
Yeah,
racket.
you'd wake up.
yeah. So Uncle Vernon wakes up. I don't even know if I can do it without clipping every single mic in the fucking room.
Go for it. Let's see
But
what
it's
happens.
just like,
Yeah.
it's just like, "Ah!" But it's just like, I can't even fucking begin.
Go
So
on.
bars come up. It just, "Ah!" flies out of his bed. Harry's like, "You might have woken him up." It's just like, "Quick, Harry, get out the window."
But
All
then-
you can hear is, "Oh, Potter!" It's like, shit.
But then, like, on the door, there's like 3. Yeah, you clipped a few, Mike. You even managed to clip Dan's.
Hang on. Calm. Sorry.
Apologies to anyone listening to that. Especially if you've got earphones on. Fuck. But the thing is, like, on the door, there's like
But it was bad.
there's like 2 or 3 padlocks on the door. How many padlocks do you need
To keep a child.
to keep a child?
A wizard. A
Yeah, but
wizard
he can't
child.
do magic.
But is it for Harry's benefit, or is it that Vernon knows he wants to kill him so badly? It's like,
Yeah, so for
no,
free
it's to
locks on.
keep me out.
Yeah.
What would he have done if he had caught him? He probably would have killed him.
Oh, he
In that state he was in.
A man doesn't scream like that without the intent of ripping someone's fucking head off. You know what I mean? Do you
so
know what I
then,
mean?
like-
Even when I did it just then, I felt a murderous rage come over me. I was like, Adam's gonna die now.
The immediate alertness in his eyes, and he pops up from bed, and the weird gargled sound. I was like, I don't know if he's awake or not. If he's having a night terror.
But,
So,
oh god.
So then, like, Harry's climbing out, and Vernon, gets a leg or something, and then the car pulls away. So then Vernon falls out the window
Yes.
and blames Harry. And it's like, well, there's a flying car outside your window. What did you expect to happen? Did you think you could pull back a car that can fly?
He's a big bloke.
Yeah, but it's a magic car.
Yeah, true enough. True enough.
Anyway, so then Harry escapes.
Harry escapes in the flying car with the Weasleys, and they go back to the Burrow, which is the Weasley household. And good time to point out, because up until now it's all been revolved, like every scene is in the house, basically. Just like a brief shot of like outside the house, but there's nothing really too dramatic.
No.
But like first shot when the car's like flying through the sky when it's morning again and they turn up at the Weasley household, it's like that typical like Harry Potter scenery thing that they do. You know, they have these kind of wide arcing shots.
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
kind of like pan
Showing off the
ever,
countryside.
Yeah, they pan like ever so slightly over the countryside and stuff. It's the first time you saw like a Harry Potter scene. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
And it's like I made a note of it because like we like to try and analyse films a bit and not just talk bollocks.
A tiny bit.
But like really pretty. It's nice. You know?
I'm glad you analysed that.
Yeah, good
I think I made something a bit better.
Nah, I don't think you could.
Beautiful shot.
Beautiful shot and paste. Great scenes and scenery. Wonderful with its quintessentially British. And then I stopped writing. Yeah. Nice scene. It was a nice scene.
But I did make the point. So their house is pretty run down.
Yeah.
You
It's
know,
quite higgledy-piggledy.
It's quite higgledy-piggledy.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's quite nice. It's got that country feel about it.
Yeah, I like it.
Rustic. But it could do with a touch-up. They're
Yes.
wizards.
Yes.
They and I was. Oh, fucking hell.
It's me, I called him.
Terrible.
Problem solved.
Just in case, yes,
So-
that did hit a little drum.
I was going to say, so
We didn't add the sound effect up.
I was going to say, it did sound like my phone just killed like a pygmy tribe. Oh no, you're dead.
He was going to play the outro for us.
I really hope they don't bring back because I didn't silence it.
Threw your phone at a drum.
Okay.
You haven't solved any problems.
No,
have you?
I've made more problems for myself. Okay. What were you saying about the Weasleys? What happened to the Weasley house? Oh, they're wizards. They
saying
could
about
make
Yeah,
it
yeah,
nice.
so-
They could have
Done the
touched
house
on
up.
Do it
yeah.
up a
just
bit.
a lick of paint.
It's like,
Where are they going to get the paint from?
Anywhere, they're fucking wizards.
we've had this discussion.
Exactly.
Right.
They can't wizard up blocks of gold,
They can fucking
They've got
teleport into B&Q, steal a couple of tins, and fuck off.
They could use Stef's teleportation theft magic.
Yeah. At
You're
the end of the day, right?
equating wizards to regular
Stephius
thieves.
Phoebius.
But the thing is, like later on,
That'd be a great
Hermione's-
premise if every wizard was just a criminal. It'd be amazing.
Well, it's like the borrowers. What if every wizard was like the borrowers? They just borrowed paint but never gave it back. There you go.
Borrowers were tiny. Oh,
And
I was about to say
the
that.
Weasley's dad was in the borrowers.
He was.
So there's the link. See?
Is it a conspiracy? Is it
No.
another cash grab conspiracy? Because we've
Why
had a
not?
couple. Cash grab conspiracy. I'm calling it. It's a cash grab conspiracy. So he is a wizard borrower paint thief. That's what-
Well, no, he hasn't got any paint.
No, he needs to be a paint thief. Anyway, yeah, so that house is a little bit shit, but it's quite nice at the same time.
it's quirky.
They're poor.
Yeah.
Quirky
Yeah,
is
yeah,
the
yeah.
word.
They tried it.
I
still
so
just-
blunt. They're poor.
I still just can't, I just can't think a wizard would be poor. I just don't get it. Like, surely you can just magic stuff up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a very
I
middle.
don't get it.
It's a
There's
very
probably some
middle
laws.
class poor that they've got going on.
Well,
They're-
let's be
middle
honest.
class
Actually, let's be honest. Like,
No, because they're dirty. Like, they can't even
They're
wash. They
dirty.
can't even wash themselves. So they're not
but no,
middle class
Adam made a
poor.
point of this as well.
Did I?
I made a point of this as well. I'll just take credit for it. So, if you're dirty, oh no, you made the point.
I think I made the point.
Who made the point? I don't
So
care.
I made
What is the point?
So Dan, you made this point at one point.
Yes, I did.
That they are always dirty, but they could wishy-washy spell.
Because at one point, they summon
It just-
water. Like later on in the films, they can summon water,
Yeah.
right?
So why can't they just
So why
bathe?
can't they just do that into a bowl
Yeah.
and wash their face?
a bowl and then
But it's just like, so they're like, yeah. So we have that little scene in the house, and then they go to Diagon Alley. We'll talk about that a little bit in a second. But like, they're seen and they're dirty.
Yeah.
So why? I don't get it. Just fucking clean your face. Surely you can summon water. You can summon some Dove soap as well. And you can
It was a weird choice for them to keep the
To keep the
coal
dirty
and
But the
face.
thing is,
all on
even forgetting that, couldn't they just magic away the dirt?
probably.
Yeah.
Forget washing.
I've only
it's just
walked
like
up a second
bing.
ago and cleaned his glasses up. It's like, fixed them.
Yeah.
Or they could have fucking developed a system of travel which doesn't involve getting into a fireplace. Fucking
Right.
wizard.
But
Again,
that's
it's the
not
whole
fun.
thing. It's the whole thing of wizards. Like, it was like we said in the first episode. They're very advanced and they're very backwards.
But not very productive.
But the thing is, they've got like they're
Oh no, I
knitting.
have to disagree. The Weasley family are very productive.
Yeah, they're knitting. They're washing their plates, but not their faces.
I was talking about sexual activity because they've got so many kids, but I mean, yeah, sure, that
that's a
too.
good point.
Genuinely productive.
Yeah.
Reproductive.
Well done.
Well
Dan.
done.
This is
done.
very forced.
It's great when you
joke.
have to explain it.
I know, fucking hell.
Right, yeah. So they have that little scene. Then they
Yes, they
need
do.
to go to Diagon Alley.
Yes. By this point, I've made a note. The level of acting hasn't improved much.
Not from the kids. No.
I think generally.
Oh no, the good actors.
No,
the
I'd say the
Weasley-
adults are
yeah,
good
the
actors.
adults are good actors.
Yeah. No, I
And to be
really
fair,
like.
I have
Mr.
a
Weasley.
feeling
Yeah,
Actually,
have improved since the
Hermione's
first
all right.
definitely. The kids have
No,
definitely
Hermione was-
improved.
and Harry's improved a little.
Emily.
When he was acting with the CGI Dobby, CGI
It must
Dobby,
be difficult
It's
to act
difficult.
you know,
act
that's
with
quite
CGI,
difficult.
yeah.
Quite difficult, but he was doing an all right job. I thought he wasn't too bad.
They're definitely better actors.
But it's easier for a kid to act with CGI because you've got more of an active imagination as a child, so you can just be like.
I wouldn't say
Whereas an adult's
that.
like, I look a fool.
No, adults probably don't care. have
Well,
you seen like
no,
the set
God, have you
pictures
seen-
of Game of Thrones and they're like cuddling this big green ball to be like the dragon? Like, how do you act
Really?
against a giant green thing?
They should just have a space hopper. With the faces and the ears.
I think it comes down to each individual, how they've trained. I mean, it's becoming much more of a thing now. So everyone doing it in Game of Thrones,
We've
they're
got an
probably
actor.
very used to it.
We need
And
to
then you've
refer
got
to
stories
that.
about Ian McKellen in The Hobbit, and he absolutely hated it. He had a breakdown because he was not acting in front of the dwarves. He was talking to, because obviously they're much shorter height. He was just talking to a tennis ball or something like that, and he broke down
Drive
and
you
cried.
insane. wouldn't it?
I love if Ian McKellen
Think
just
about-
comes in. It's like you're talking to Frodo, and there's just tennis ball. Telling me this guy's gonna save the world?
But yeah, it's what you're used to and what you've trained with. Because
Yeah.
nowadays, that's almost every movie has an element to it. I mean, think of like The Jungle Book. It was one kid and loads of tennis balls.
That was quite
He
good,
must
though.
have
That
had a
looked good.
great time.
That looked good, that film.
Yeah, no, I liked it. I liked
Anyway,
it.
Harry Potter.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. So, all right. The level
His
of
voice has dropped.
Oh yeah, all their voices have dropped except
Ian
for
McKellen?
Hermione's.
No,
All right.
Harry and Ron.
Harry. Okay. Harry and Ron. Yeah. Okay. So maybe the acting has improved, but not markedly. How about that? It's improved to a degree.
Yes.
Okay.
Fine.
We'll leave that there. So then they're off to Diagon Alley, and they have to grab some flue powder, throw it by their feet. Oh no, they say where they want to go first. So they say
Diagon Alley.
Tesco's.
Boom.
Boom.
Yeah.
And he ends up in Arabia.
Sure, because you didn't specify which Tesco's.
Exactly. Tesco's Arabia.
It's a lovely city, don't you know?
You're our first customer.
Yeah, so they all go in and say Diagon Alley quite clearly, and then Harry's a dick and goes diagonally. And
Yeah.
then ends up in, what's it called?
Nocturne Alley.
How does diagonally sound like Nocturne Alley, or is the shop called Diagonally?
No, I think it's just because he said it wrong, but it almost there. They just put
He
it a
ended
bit off
up in the
kilter.
skeweth part
Yeah.
of
It's
it.
like putting coordinates on a map. They were sort of like,
Yeah, but if you go, oh, that kind of sound like Diagon Alley. Let's put them in Nocturne Alley.
Is that what it was?
Yeah. But what's the shop? The shop might be called Diagonally or something like that, and that would make sense.
Yeah.
You know what?
Well,
if
the
you're
thing is,
trying to
but
fucking...
the Weasley mum says, "Oh, we were hoping you'd only ended up 1 or 2 grades down."
Yeah.
So maybe it is like Dan
Yeah, they
says,
didn't seem
it's-
to care
yeah.
either, did
They-
they?
they were- they
did
were
not
on
give
with
a
their
shit.
own
Shit,
They started shopping.
Oh, he said that a bit weird. I wonder where he's gone.
Harry Potter just exploded.
Oh well, oh, life goes on.
I wish they just kept the scene of them in the household a bit longer because you know she goes, did he say diagonally? And then the dad's like, yeah, and then it cuts. I love it. Just went, yeah.
He's
Dick.
dead.
What an idiot.
What a dick. So yeah, so he ends up in like Nocturne Alley, which is basically a
crack den.
like but it's like a minute walk from where he wants to be, basically.
Yeah, so all in all, it went pretty well.
Yeah. So he kind of like he's in this like funny shop. It reminded me of the shop from The Simpsons where
Yes.
Homer buys the monkey
the
paw.
monkey paw.
It reminded me of that, you know, just kind of like one of
Or-
those or Gremlins.
The shop from Gremlins.
Yeah, or the shop from Gremlins. So one of those kind of like, you know, mystique of the Oriental sort of shops, you know, and it
Yeah.
has all these kind of like occult items everywhere. Harry gets grabbed by a zombie arm, you know, all sorts of bullshit happens. But then he comes out,
Bullshit ensues.
bullshit ensues. But then he comes out into Nocturne Alley itself, and he's basically just surrounded by heroin addicts.
Yes. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah.
It's literally
I
it.
wonder what their drug is. So like in like
Skooma.
Skyrim.
I was gonna say
in
it.
Skyrim, Oblivion,
Moon
you've got
sugar.
skooma and all that. What's the wizard drug?
That's a good point.
Mum.
Do they ever reference anything at all?
No.
Is there anything which is
Muggle
bad?
blood.
Oh,
That would be
yeah.
cool.
Is it
unicorn
actually the blood of Muggles? Really?
No.
Oh, go on, Dan.
No, I'm just saying no.
Well, in fairness, why
Unicorn-
couldn't it just still be heroin? It would still
It could
fuck them
probably
up.
just-
That's what I was going to say.
It
I
could
was just
still
like,
just be heroin.
Yeah.
they're not in a different, like, alternate reality.
They've got the same
I'm pretty
physiology.
sure
It would
heroin-
still
Hang
fuck
on,
them
they've
up.
got these.
Have a good
They've got
kick.
they've got fucking plants that you pull up and they scream. They've got to have something more heavy duty than heroin.
Just eat one of them.
True.
Just eat it alive.
Maybe that's their heroin. Maybe that's it.
Snorting
What are those
mandrake.
things called? Mandrakes.
Mandrake.
Mandrake.
Yeah.
You got any mandrake,
It
man?
just like
I got a mandrake.
I'm dying for some roots, brother.
Wanted to get that in there.
But no, so like he gets surrounded by crack addicts and shit, and then who's there to rescue him?
The biggest crack addict of them all.
Haggers. Haggers, that's what the crackheads call him. It's Haggers, man. Haggers has got good root. So Haggers comes along. This is Hagrid, by the way. And it's like,
Sure they
Harry,
is.
what are you doing here? And it's Harry's like, buying crack.
What do you think?
He didn't say that. I don't know. I think he just
He's
kind
like,
of
I
looked.
got lost. Something like that.
Yeah, he's an inventive child, isn't he? I got lost. So Hagrid then gives him a bit of a grilling, like, you know, that's not the place you should go. It's a bad place for bad people.
Yeah.
And Harry's like, so totally calls his bluff and like, so what are you doing there then?
Oh shit.
It was a bit of a burn moment. And Hagrid, what did he say?
Says,
None of your
Getting
business.
some slug repellent or something like
Yeah.
For the cabbages.
that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I call bullshit. So we did say whilst we were watching it.
Well, it was bullshit.
It was bullshit. It has
Absolute
been there for a
bullshit.
different reason.
Do we know the
You
reason?
watched- Yeah.
Hookers.
Later on in the movie, we do.
Well, I said he's definitely thumping prostitutes. By thumping, I mean he's just beating them up. I don't mean
Oh.
like actually having
Oh,
sex
like
with them.
like GTA style.
Yeah, well, no, he's like one of those.
Why?
He's like I don't know who. Like I would like to say Jack the Ripper, but not with the same finesse.
Jack the Beater.
Like Jeffrey Dahmer or some shit. He would order a prostitute, go to a hotel room, and then just like
This is getting. Oh my.
he would like hack them to pieces. But Hagrid would just. I mean, his fists are the size of kettles.
Yeah.
He would just
Fucking kettle.
thump them until they're a pulp. So that's what I think he was up to. I think
Sure.
I think he ordered a couple of cracky prostitutes, went up to a dirty hovel in Nocturne Alley, and just thumped the life out of them.
Right. Okay. But then he took him.
And then he fucked them.
then he took him to Diagon
Alley.
Alley.
Yeah.
And
You
You
could
met
do it.
them?
You'd end up in Nocturne Alley.
Diagonally.
You'd be fine.
Diagonally. And then, what, you met the Weasleys, and Weasley's like, oh, good.
Yeah.
You're safe.
First time seeing Hermione.
So
This
she's
movie,
she's
yeah.
back.
Yeah, she's there.
Still
On her own
insufferable.
again, obviously.
Too
'cause they're-
insufferable.
Her parents are there this time. But
Yeah, yeah, they're there.
Chilling.
They're muggles.
But they're in
Yeah,
the
but they're
background,
chilling
yeah.
with the Weasleys.
Oh,
They don't get
yeah,
a line
because
in.
obviously, what's the dad called? Weasley dad? I'll call him Weasley dad. So
Weasley.
Weasley dad is like, he fraternises with muggles.
Weasley
He
senior.
considers them
Yeah,
interesting.
he loves muggles.
Yeah. So he's having a right old natter with Hermione's folks.
Yes.
But, why do you find Hermione irritating?
Oh, it's just. I think it's more the script for her in this one, and the character's still a bit like prim and
Whiny.
goody two shoes.
Yeah, she is.
But it's what it's like her character arc throughout all of the books. Eventually, she grows a backbone, and
I think,
punches Malfoy in the face and all that shit.
yeah, that bit is great.
yeah.
Not this movie.
I don't think I've seen that, but I think I like goody two shoes characters because like my favorite Simpsons character is Lisa. So-
Really?
Yeah, I love
Do
Lisa.
you know it's boring?
Absolutely
Yeah,
insufferable.
No, she's great.
No.
Yeah, she's because all of her humour's really subtle. It's like it's underhanded humour. It's great.
Yeah, what a bitch.
Fuck. Dan likes
Hermione-
straight to the
And
point.
Hermione's,
Don't have
Hermione's,
to look for
Hermione's
them.
the only character I can pretty much stand as well. I don't like anyone else much.
Really?
Yeah.
Ron's my favourite just for his
Shit.
faces.
Yeah, Ron is a good one.
The faces he pulls.
See,
are
I
the
like
best.
him on the early films, and then he flips as I don't like Hermione in the early films, and then Harry has his on and off periods.
Literally, I could watch this whole movie without Harry Potter being in it
Yeah.
because he just adds nothing.
A non-entity.
He just adds nothing.
No, it's true. It's
Just
quite a
shit.
non-entity. He is quite a non-entity.
Anyway, so we're
So
in Diagon Alley,
Diagon Alley. Yeah, go on, Annie.
and they go off to get their books from whatever it's called, Leaky Cauldron or something. What's it called?
The bookshop.
Yes. The
That's the
bookshop.
one.
Yeah.
I can't remember. The Leaky Cauldron's the pub,
Okay.
but no, I can't remember.
Whatever the
It's the
bookshop was.
bookshop.
No books there.
And there's some a book signing going on with what's his name?
Lovegood.
Kenneth Branagh.
Oh, yeah, that's the actor.
Yes.
Gilderoy
sure-
Lockhart.
Oh,
Gilderoy Lockhart.
Kenneth Branagh.
Who's basically the world's biggest tool.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Not a good man.
And he spots Harry in the crowd. This is where we see that all the Weasleys have all got their dirty faces.
Yeah.
still.
Yeah, like,
It's
they've just got,
it's
like-
stupid.
Dust
Yeah.
smoke.
That explains why he probably picked him out. I was like, how did he pick Harry out so quickly? He's like in the group of the dirtiest people there.
Yeah.
He was
They must
dirty
have
as
called him
well.
out.
Yeah, Harry was
He
He
dirty
had the
as
flu
well, yeah.
powder on him.
Yeah.
He looked like one of them. One of them.
One of them.
One of us.
One of them.
One of us.
Yeah.
Weasleys.
One of them.
Yeah, so he pulls Harry up on stage and it's like, oh, this is going to make you famous, Harry. It's like, he's already fucking famous.
Yeah, no, he says I will make page 1,
Something like that, yeah.
front page.
I'll make a
We'll
famous
make
kid.
page 3,
I
Harry.
was going to say, this will get me out of page 3. No more dick pics for me.
And that's it, really, isn't it?
You're
yeah, but
gonna
then
get
this
Give him a
is,
couple books.
this is where, yeah, he gave him some books, and then
Gave
this
the
is where
richest man, richest boy in the shop, 3 books. Bastard.
What, Harry Potter?
yeah, he's got a
loaded, isn't he?
shitload of money, isn't he?
Has he?
But I think in the
Bolts, first one.
Oh, okay.
I think in the book he gives them to the Weasleys. I think.
Yeah, why would Harry want them? They're probably
Oh,
crap.
Yeah.
I would hope so.
Anyway, so then this is where you meet Draco and Lucius Malfoy.
Potter?
Potter, yeah.
Fucking terrible, isn't it? Now that's bad acting.
I think he's alright. I hate him.
Maybe
which
he was
means
told
it's good
to.
acting.
Actually, that's a point.
Yeah, same as Joffrey.
Yeah,
Don't
not
know.
quite on the same level.
Because you hated Joffrey, but he was a great actor.
He was amazing. Props
is-
to you, Joffrey actor. Oh yeah, he was.
Just in case.
Oh
No, he's
fuck
stopped.
off! Come on, if you haven't seen it by now, this is the man who's not seen any Harry Potter films.
Yeah.
They've been out a lot longer than Game of Thrones. But yeah, Joffrey dies. Poison. Wedding.
He stopped acting, I think.
he?
Jack Gleeson.
He's
Alright.
dead.
I think he just lost the
Because
love
he made
for
a
it.
shitload of money.
He lost
Yeah.
the love for it.
He was really good.
Yeah, he was really good.
You know he's in Batman Begins.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's
He's the
child
little boy on the
Batman
roof, and
saves,
he's like,
yeah.
"You're the Batman," and Batman's just like,
Yeah,
"Duh."
I am
He's
the
like,
Batman.
"Look at me."
No, no, that's Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
No.
The boy.
Oh yeah,
Little boy.
that's the theory.
Oh, that.
Oh,
The theory that kid grows
That
up
is
to
Robin.
be Robin. Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway,
Dyed his
What do
hair.
you mean theory? That's the actual thing. He says it in the movie. It's like and he even has a flashback. Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character.
does it?
Yeah, in the third
We're
one.
not talking about Batman, guys.
Same.
Harry Potter. I don't remember that.
Anyway, what happens next, Tom? Harry Potter.
So basically,
Well, in
Draco's
Batman, right?
yeah. So like Draco's been like sussing
Watching.
him out on top of like the little balcony section of the bookshop. So he comes down after Harry Potter's been given a load of books and made page 1.
After ripping out a single page from
Yeah.
a book.
Was that ever
Yeah.
described? Did he do that for a reason?
Oh, I can't remember. It might have.
Okay.
That's probably
So-
just to show for people that haven't caught up or watched the first movie for some reason that he's a
Bit of a bellend.
Good. I was about to say.
Drop the C-bomb!
Don't make me do any more editing than I already have to do.
Yeah, so
I was almost like, I'm committed. I'm going to say it if someone doesn't help me out now.
Yeah, so
Draco comes down the stairs, rips out a page from a book, and does his typical, Potter. And with the Weasleys I see, Potter, he really overdoes the whole Potter thing. I get that they said, like, you know, your character is venomous. You know, going along with the whole Slytherin thing, you're a bad guy, you're a bit devious.
Yeah.
You know, and I get the whole kind of, like, spit the peas to make it sound like you're, like a serpent, you know, Potter, stuff like that. It's good for the character, but when he does Potter 3 times in about 10 seconds, it takes away the emphasis of it. Do you know what I mean? It's just like
Yeah.
Potter, Potter, Potter. It's like,
I'm really glad for the people at
shut
home
your fucking cock.
that
Sorry.
you've got a little boom,
Yeah.
whatever it is, thing.
It's a pop shield.
Pop shield, that's the one, over your mic.
Oh, yeah,
for
good
that
point.
whole Potter incident.
Potter! Pop!
But this one doesn't, so I'm sure it picks up everything.
Oh, sorry.
But yes, and then
So-
Lucius comes and puts his cane on Malfoy's shoulder, and you can see at that point Malfoy even gets a bit scared. So
Yes.
Malfoy's clearly scared of his dad.
yeah.
Yes.
So
Good, for
then-
good reason.
Yeah,
Good
he's
reason.
a scary bloke.
Menacing fella.
So then he like pulls Malfoy out the way,
Fabulous hair.
and then he happens
Lustrous.
to like he has a go at everybody in the shop pretty much. He's like
Yeah.
oh, dirty faces,
It could take more.
second-hand
You must be
books. You must be a
Weasleys.
Weasley. Oh, Hermione, your parents are Muggles.
Yeah, and the Weasleys fraternise with them. You're both just
Yeah.
as bad as each other.
He's like you're a vermin
yeah.
to wizard kind. And all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's a dick.
He's kind of going along the path of like eugenics, but with wizarding blood. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Everyone should be a pure-blooded wizard.
That's
I
what
think that is a
Voldemort
theme,
believes.
yeah,
that is it. Voldemort believes there shouldn't be any mudbloods, is what they call them.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They should all be
He's the
pure.
Hitler of the wizarding world.
He is.
Essentially, yeah.
Adolf Voldemort.
Yes.
Adolf Voldemort.
Vorderman.
But then this is where you
Voldemort
see that-
From Countdown.
Carol Voldemort.
I know it.
Sorry, Steph.
So this is where you see that he picks up some books.
Yes.
And then he puts in an extra book back with it.
Ooh.
What could that be?
Porn magazines.
Tom Riddle's diary.
Tom Riddle's diary.
Oh, it's Tom Riddle's diary.
But I mean, yeah, like you didn't notice Tom, so it's good
Subtly
cinematography. I
done,
think.
yeah.
It's
subtly
done well that you need to watch
Yeah.
the whole film, and then when you watch
Yeah,
it
I
again,
don't
you
think
pick up on it.
many
Yes.
people would have.
I don't think you would pick up on it first time.
No, but that's the kind of interesting
some
thing about
people
Harry
have.
Potter films. There's a lot of subtleties, like you say, that you miss, and that inspires you
But
to
it's
want to
the-
watch it
It's
again.
the same old thing. Like rarely, especially with like a film or a TV show where they're condensing it down in time, they don't show anything that doesn't need to be there.
Yeah, which is why
So
I'm,
when you
I'm-
see the books go back, there's a reason why you've seen the books go back.
Yeah, and it's why I'm thinking, why did he rip that page?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there'll
there might
probably
be something.
Because like you've like I
I
maybe
can't
I-
remember the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
No, I
I'm
can't
pretty
remember that
sure
much of it.
nothing of relevance to ripping that page.
something you said though, Dan, whilst Draco Malfoy is having a little dig at them, a bit of foreshadowing by him. Goes, and who's this Potter? Your girlfriend? And he's talking about Ginny.
How did he know? How did he know?
Exactly.
Probably read the books. Cheeky
Exactly.
bastard.
he's jumped ahead. He knows how this turns out. He's like, damn, I get nailed by Hermione at some point. And not in a good way.
No,
Not
he
in a
gets
good
punched
way.
square in the face.
Exactly. So, on from this, where does it go from this?
Basically, it goes
Is-
from there to
The train
the
station.
train station.
Oh, yeah. And they
So,
can't get
yeah,
through.
the other Weasleys go through the
9
platform,
3/4.
9 3/4. That's the one.
Without any problem.
Without
No.
any problems, and the parents go through with Ginny to try and make sure she gets on the train on time.
Because it's her first time.
Got to get the train on time.
And then afterwards, Ron and Harry.
What?
That's a song, isn't it?
Sure is.
What's the title?
Get the coach on time. I don't know. Carriage on time. No, it's an old song.
I think we've got our outro song right there, lads.
Yeah, Dan just
Got to
singing.
get the
Like,
train on time.
Oh, those aren't the lyrics,
Boom.
but I know what. Well, I don't know, obviously, but yeah.
So, Harry and Ron try to run through platform 9 3/4
yes.
and end up just running into a brick wall,
Dumb.
Yes.
looking like a bunch of twats.
And the conductor, he thinks so too.
Conductor. Yeah, conductor. What are you doing?
And the boa constrictor thought so too. Stupid.
I think there was a case of people doing that, reenacting it by just running into the fucking wall.
Now,
Why?
basically, all
But
you
the
need
thing
to
is,
do...
King-
It's like, I'm going to do
King's
this too. Bang.
All you
King's
need to
Cross
do-
Station's changed now, isn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't look like that.
Doesn't look like that. So they had to instead, before you go through the ticket to the train, they've put like you've got
A
a
trolley
a thing, and then
in-
like a
in-
platform
yeah.
9 3/4, and there's always people taking pictures outside it.
Packed at all hours.
And it's got a queuing system.
I know.
I know we're English, we love queuing, but fuck.
It's sad,
got
isn't
queuing.
it?
You would have
It's
think
fucking
people would
sad.
have, everyone would have gone. I mean, it's been like 15 years.
Yeah, but to be
everyone
fair,
would have
I've-
gone by now.
I'm on a job where you drive past Abbey Road quite a lot.
People walking across...
that zebra crossing,
crossing.
always full of people. Why? And they're taking the wrong zebra crossing as well. It's the one for
Yeah, everyone gets the wrong one, don't they?
Every time.
Everyone gets the wrong one.
And it's so annoying. You don't know if you can drive through because you're like, are you going to cross? Are you not? Are you not? Because there's like 20 people
Just stood there.
and you're like, can I
Doing the
drive?
pose
Can I
of
not? Can I
walking.
advertise our company in your picture?
Steph, does this explain why last time I came over to yours, there was a huge load of blood on the front of your car?
No, that was a separate incident.
Okay.
Good time.
No, that was when I drove straight into platform 9 3/4. How was I to know they were all mudbloods? So, yeah, they get nailed by a wall. They realise they can't...
They can't get
Get
through.
through.
So they very quickly decide to jump in a flying car.
Yeah. Yes.
I don't understand why they're so desperate. It's not like a rule in Hogwarts. If you don't make it on the train, you're expelled. That's not a rule, is it?
Can I
No,
point...
it can't be. It's a bit unfair,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Can I point something out that I'm a bit confused about? Just like you guys might know. If you can fly to Hogwarts through... I know it's not natural means, a flying car, but it is. The process of flying is natural. Like, it's not...
I mean, it is for birds, not for humans.
Well said. And basically, right, what I thought is that they go into the Wizarding World because that's like, it's like a barrier. There's like a barrier separating two worlds. So, how do they just fly to Hogwarts?
I don't think it's separating two worlds. I think it's like hidden or something
Yeah.
like that. It's like
So pocket.
cloaked, so you can't see it unless you're
a wizard.
Wizard?
magic or
Because
something like that.
surely like one of our drones would have found it, like one of Google Earth.
This
pictures
is
would
what
have
I'm
found it by now.
thinking.
So it must be like unless you're a wizard, you can't see it. It's
Okay,
gotta be
all right,
something
all right.
like
That makes sense. Okay, because I was just thinking, just Ryanair or
Ryanair.
Well, they wouldn't get there anyway.
They'd get their
Oh,
bus.
yeah, yeah. They'd have the flight cancelled.
You're going to like Jamaica and they end up in Hogwarts. That probably happened quite a few times.
But your bags would be somewhere else. It'd be
Yeah.
a nightmare, wouldn't it?
yeah.
Poor Hedwig would be somewhere else.
Oh my
Poor
god!
Henry would be dead.
It would be like one of. Do you remember that classic like video where there's the conveyor belt of people's luggage and then there's just a black dildo? Just like it would be like that, wouldn't it? It'd just be like, "Where's my Hedwig?" And there'd just be a black dildo. It's like,
There he is.
in the cage as well, like on the perch. Just that's not Hedwig.
What happened to you? Yes, they jump in the flying car, and then Harry has to point out to Ron that Muggles aren't used to seeing flying cars, because Ron doesn't think it's different. But I suppose he's a wizard and he's grown up in a wizard family, so he
Yeah.
probably wouldn't know.
Yeah, I guess so.
But she
at the
does
same
make,
time,
the mother does make a point when they get back from Harry rescuing Harry. She's like, "You could have been seen," which
Yeah.
suggests that they know that they're not supposed to be.
But at the same time, yeah,
pretty
and
sure they
also
know
his
Carl
dad, who is somebody who converses a lot with Muggles in the Muggle
Yeah,
world,
so they should know.
you would imagine he would just like throw it out there, just like maybe don't drive it all the time, only on Sundays, and with a parent.
Maybe.
You fucking big mistake.
Also, don't open the boot.
Also,
Don't know.
right, so basically,
Hook in there.
They then fly off after the train,
Yes.
and this is my favourite scene with Ron's face because he pulls the greatest face. So they
None of
they
us
go
can recreate it.
onto the aqueduct, and they're flying along, and they're like, "Oh, the train's got to be here soon. We're
hear
catching
it.
up to it." And then you can hear the train tooting or
Chucking.
whatever it's
Chucking.
doing.
Chugga.
And they're like, "Oh, it's got to be here soon. We're just catching up to it." And then they slowly realise it's behind them. And Ron's face as he turns around is the greatest, like, scared face I've ever seen. That's why he's my favourite
acting
character.
has
He has
improved.
the best acting, like, the best
yeah.
face.
My favourite part of that was
His,
Hedwig's
like,
face.
His
Obviously,
Hedwig's
CG,
face.
but that was
great.
funny.
yeah.
Didn't remember that part.
Oh yeah, so it
Probably
takes them a
did
while
shit
to
herself.
realise that they can just turn left. It's that classic thing, you know, in films and they're running, there's something behind them. They never think,
No,
oh, that
Go
thing can
left.
only go forwards, but I can run at an angle.
you're forgetting the best spoof of that. Austin Powers with
Oh,
the
the
steamroller.
steamroller.
Yeah, he's just
Get out of the
standing-
way! No! Move!
I think my favourite is Speed 3 from Father Ted, Bishop Brennan again.
Oh, with the milk,
yeah,
milk
the
car.
milk car.
Get him out the way,
The
Ted!
with the boxes.
Can't go over under 5 miles per hour?
Father Ted moves them all.
Yeah, and then drives through them in his own car.
Brilliant.
So fucking funny.
Great.
Yeah, so totally right. Like, you know, it's a pretty simple maneuver, but it is the typical film thing, you know. And Harry ends up kind of shooting out. Should have had his belt on, basically.
Yeah, he should have. This is a very good thing of belt safety.
Yep. So he didn't have his belt on.
You
So
think you do it normally in a normal car, let alone a fucking flying car? I mean, come on.
exactly.
Yeah, the seatbelt light should have come on. Terrible.
And it's just like, no, Harry, that says no smoking.
Yeah.
It's like, ah, fuck. I was just about to smoke my root.
Yeah.
So he didn't get to smoke his root. He mistook the siren, alarm, bell, light. It's a light. And he fell out of the car. But he
Yes.
grips on like a fucking action hero. It's like a Schwarzenegger scene. And he's gripping on like, it's kind of like a prolonged part where it's meant to have suspense and really you're kind of just like, I'll just get back in the fucking car.
Yeah.
Ron could easily just tip it that way and just do like a really interesting maneuver and just will Harry back into the
The
car.
only thing is, Harry's holding on to the handle of the door. If Ron, if Ron went a bit sideways, the door would shut and slam Harry in the door.
I'd love it if that was the end of the film and then the credits roll and there's just like an after credit scene and it's just Vernon Dursley just handing Ron a load of money.
Yeah.
Some deals go right.
Yeah.
So,
So they then, level it out, best week, driving with the train.
yeah.
And then
Get to Hogwarts.
get to Hogwarts and lose control and fly into the Whomping Willow.
Which is a willow that whomps. For those that
Yes.
don't know.
It's exactly that.
A
Massive
bit like
willow tree.
a bit like Hagrid with his prostitutes.
For fuck's sake.
Whomp them. Whomp. You've been whomped.
This is where the car, just magically...
Gets a personality.
Yeah.
Well, it shoots them out, and then it shoots the luggage out.
Well,
But it goes
so
like...
first the
Don't know when it
tree
became
beats the
sentient.
shit out of the car.
Yeah, Tree tries to
Yeah,
fucking
that's true.
kill him.
Yeah, tree properly tries to kill him.
Whomps.
Like somehow it doesn't. I don't understand how it didn't. He probably
He was
could've-
toying with them.
Could have taken him down.
Yeah, I think if it really wanted to, it would just through the top, just smash the top,
Who needs that
crush them.
fucking tree? What is it there for?
That's cool.
In case a flying car comes about.
Been there for centuries.
Yeah, that's what
Snape.
Snape said.
Yeah, I know.
Snape.
They're just asking for kids to get killed, aren't they, really? That's what they want. They want...
Yeah, but we've already discussed the
They've got
Hogwarts
a
is a dangerous
basilisk in the
place.
it's
cellar.
not-
And they've got a three-headed dog.
Yeah,
Three-headed
it's
dog.
a
fence
dangerous
or
A
anything
giant
around that
spider.
fucking tree.
Yeah, what's his name? Aragog.
Aragog, the spider.
Aragon.
No, Aragog.
I'm going to call him Aragon.
That's a different franchise.
I'll call him Peter.
I'd love Dan to meet someone. They go, like, oh, my name's James. You're like, I'm going to call you Bill. Okay. Yeah, and then they kind of get told off, and that was about it, really,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah,
That's
going
what
to
we
Snape's
left
office. Snape says that tree's old, you're not.
You've
Get
damaged
out.
the tree, and
Basically
everyone's like, actually, I
threatening
think
to
the tree
expel them.
damaged us more.
Smart ass, detention. You're expelled. Fuck off. Die.
Wow.
That's what Ron
Real-
said.
We also got to see Filch.
Oh, we
Filth.
did, yeah.
We're not going to
We're not
explain
going to
that.
discuss that.
Okay.
No.
Just Google filching.
Don't Google filching.
Google blue waffle.
Don't Google.
No.
Don't.
What?
No, don't Google
Google
that one.
Frozen Eddie.
Don't Google any of these.
Google all 3 of them. Have 3 tabs and separate them into 3 sections and Google all 3.
God.
And have them playing at a time. Find a GIF or 2.
Oh.
I don't think there'll be gifts for it.
Probably are.
yeah.
There it is.
Puzzle.
Yeah, so that was about it with the film.
Yeah. It was. So we moved swiftly on to the game.
Well, hold on.
Would you continue watching it?
We moved swiftly on to the game. I don't know.
Yes.
No,
Yeah?
mate.
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah. I said it was my least favourite movie of them all, but I still watch it. Yeah, go on.
I'm split between 3 and 4, which one's my least favourite.
I didn't mind 3. Prisoner of Azkaban.
Yeah, I like
I've got annoyed because it just repeats itself.
Yeah, it does do a lot of that.
Is that where you see Gary Oldman for the first time?
Yes.
Yes.
But yeah, I continue watching it. I think it's a decent movie.
Yeah, I
All
would.
of them.
Yeah.
I couldn't make
Well,
my
yeah.
mind up, to be honest. I'm so impartial with it. I don't care, basically.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
We didn't mention Harry's introduction to Mr. Weasley.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
just
so-
a nice little,
I forgot.
nice
So,
little moment.
When he turns up in the Weasley household,
James
he's like,
Bond.
oh, and who are you then? He's like, Harry Potter. Like,
What a
who would introduce themselves like that? It's like you said.
Except for
pompous
James Bond.
bastard.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like you said. If you came round to my house and you were like, and my dad was like, "Oh, who are you then?" You went, "Adam." Do you want me to say your surname?
Go for it.
So, no, just in case I just want his full name out there.
Oh,
So
yeah,
like
true.
Adam Muhammad. No, like my dad was like, "Okay, you're weird." Like, how would he? Any normal person
It's
would just be
true.
like, "What's wrong with you?"
The thing is,
Adam is
I
fine.
get the same.
Or say Adam Muhammad, not Adam. Adam Muhammad.
Yeah.
It's just
Even
weird.
if I said Adam Mohammed, if I said my full name, that would be weird.
That would still be weird, but it
To
wouldn't be as
separate
weird.
it, to separate is even weirder. But just to
yeah.
say it all is weird.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like he's gone Harry, and he's got a blank stare. Oh, Harry Potter.
But that's it. It's almost.
Oh,
yeah,
I didn't realise
it's this-
my son was friends with Harry Potter.
This
the
is
most
it.
famous
It's
fucking
sense of
child.
entitlement, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
like
it's like,
I'm Harry.
You should know
Harry
me.
Potter. It's
Yeah.
like wealthy families in reality, and they'll always pronounce themselves with their last name because their last name is what holds the bearing.
Yes.
It's like an old family name, old money sort of thing, and it's like that.
Lannister.
I was just
Yes,
thinking that.
yes, exactly. So like it's that sort of thing. Is this whole kind of pretentious thing like Harry Potter? You know me.
Dick.
Yeah.
And that, yeah.
I did have a hilarious moment in. It was a couple of years back. We were seeing a.
I think
Off
what
to a
you
great
meant to say
start.
in the past.
In the past, we went to a comedy show, me and a couple of mates, and I'm going to change the guy's name when I get to it. Don't want to put his name out there, but you'll get the gist. And the guy's like ripping on a few people, and the comedian up on stage, obviously.
I'm
And
hungry.
It's your stomach going.
Yeah.
that was the end. He's ripping on a few people, and then he turns to my mate, and he goes, "What's your name, sir?" And then he goes, "Nicholas Parker." And he went, "All right, you're not in school." Didn't need your full name there. I changed it. It was just like, and it was
His
just
name's
really,
Nicholas Parsons, right?
it was just really funny, just someone to give their full name, and he was clearly just shocked, and he was a bit of a shy guy. He was like, "Nicholas Scott Parker's." It's like.
He just kept on throwing more names into the mix.
Yeah.
Nicholas,
You'll never know.
Scott, James.
Wendy, Judy, Colin.
All right, mate.
He's broken. He's broken.
How many personalities are in there?
He's an android.
Alright, should we move on to the game?
Yeah.
The game. Okay, so the game
We played the PS1 version.
We did indeed.
We
The,
I
did.
wish we didn't.
the release of the game is the 15th of November 2002. So for us in the UK, that's 12 days after the release of the film.
But in America,
The same day.
The
The same day. So they're both released on the 15th of November, right hand in hand. So
and this game was basically on every platform out at the time.
it was.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Just everything.
Yeah. It's published by EA Games and it's developed by Argonaut. So I think like this one in particular is developed by Argonaut, but like other versions like GameCube, PS2, they had a different developer.
Yeah,
so it was outsourced quite a bit, basically. We know of 2 developers. There are probably more, to be honest, with the handhelds and stuff.
Yeah.
So straight off the bat, the menu. Insanely underwhelming. Let's be honest.
Yeah, that was crap, wasn't it?
It's just start game, options, and then the car, the kind of
car's
flying
gonna
car,
fly as
flying
well.
around
Figure of 8.
in silence. I mean, there's subtle music in the background, but it takes ages to come in. So for the most part of the menu,
It's
you're just watching a
it's
car
the
in
iconic
silence.
car. I mean, they had to put it there and make it look absolute shit. It's like it was superimposed on the rendered background as
It
well.
looked-
Yeah.
Yeah,
Looked
it's
bad.
completely
Yeah,
out
but
of
it's-
place.
Yeah. I'm guessing you're watching gameplay at the same time now, by the way. They will be,
But
won't
yeah, I
they?
will edit that in, yeah.
Good. Okay, so you're watching it now,
No.
so you're probably seeing that shitty menu. So you can...
And it takes ages to do anything as well. I press X and it's like, hang on.
Yeah, at first I thought,
I was like, am I doing this right?
I thought we were working on a lag there.
So as
but
I
it's-
carried on pressing X and then it was like, poof, into the next menu. What the fuck? What's taking so long?
So it then instantly jumps into like a recapping of what's going on through a book.
Yeah.
To be honest,
Yes.
we didn't need to watch the movie for the first
No,
time around, did
I
we?
mean, admittedly, it was quite detailed. It did give
It went to a lot of
quite,
detail.
Yeah,
Too much.
And then,
Yeah.
so then the game starts with,
But there's
you've just got to the Weasleys.
yeah. But the book, like the book cutscenes themselves, are like bad. Let's be honest. Like
It's
they're
just- it's
quite,
just a
they're
picture
so
of
badly
someone reading.
segmented.
it was
Yeah.
okay.
That image of Dobby.
Dobby
Oh,
and his voice. It was just that part. That,
Sounds like a Dalek.
oh,
Yeah, it was-
Yeah, we had a
bad.
few.
We may have had a sound issue.
We may have had a sound issue. Obviously,
No,
they're not
I
going to hear
think
that.
I think
No.
whoever they
We
got
had
to do
some
the
sound
voice
issue.
there was very Dalek-y.
Yeah, but then we had the weird sound issue where it was like, "Bup, bup, 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 bup." So as our voice was going, it was like, "Rrr, rrr, rrr, rrr." So
Yeah.
it was weird.
So
I don't
instead
know.
of like the Harry Potter, we had Harry Potter. Whoa!
Not go back to school.
Which helped make it, I think.
Yeah.
That made it better.
Yeah,
more
it
entertaining.
did.
Yeah,
So
we needed
basically,
it.
yeah, the game opens up in the Weasley household, the Burrow,
Yeah.
and it's basically just a fucking huge prolonged tutorial level.
Yeah, so basically, like, the graphics the same as the first one. The gameplay
Same
same
engine.
as the first one.
Yeah.
The faces
But I
the
mean-
same as
but I
the
mean-
first
I mean,
one.
it's like-
Animations, they've literally just lifted the animations. When Ron Weasley's telling you how to climb up onto the crates,
Yeah.
they've
Yeah.
literally just lifted the animations straight from the first game.
It literally, to me, it looks like so they built the first game in this engine. They've gone delete all assets, start again, and they've just remade levels.
Yes. Yes.
But
No.
they've kept-
100%.
They've kept like like they said, the animations, the character models, and all
Yeah.
that. But they've just
It's a quick.
changed
It's a
the
quick
environments.
turnover, effectively,
Very,
isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah.
Seems like a very much. Like
But-
they've just gone.
But the thing
yeah.
is, like understanding that, like, I mean, the first one didn't look good either. I mean, like,
no, but the first one there was more to it.
Yeah.
yeah. So basically, I did say the graphics are identical to the first, and for the most part, that isn't a problem. Like, you can forgive it for like the scenery and stuff for the most part.
Yeah,
The faces of pain and fear, on the other hand,
they're the
It's
same
hard-
as the first one, and
Yeah.
you'd hope
but
they
it's
change
it's
that.
still hard to kind of, you know what I mean?
I
Yeah,
think
no,
they
you
were.
hope
I think
it's-
they were a
it's
bit more
hard to-
defined, but like still terrible. But you could see them even clearer.
They were
how
more
terrible
defined
they were.
in their fear and pain. They weren't more defined in their like complexity.
No,
But like,
no.
if you look at like the jump from Final Fantasy VII to Final Fantasy VIII,
Massive.
Oh,
massive jump, looks
Fucking
completely
massive,
different.
yeah.
Really good. But then this looks exactly the same.
Yeah, yeah. Doesn't
So-
bode well for the developer, really,
Bad,
does it?
bad
Oh,
so
I
far.
mean, it's
No.
Ginny's face when you get to it. It literally looked like Voldemort.
Yeah.
You can't really tell the difference.
Voldemort.
Voldemort.
Good one.
So you start off and you're in the Weasley house and you've got Ron banging on in his annoying voice.
I just love after the long introduction, you get to walk and it's like, all right, I've got control of the character. You take like 2 steps and then it locks you in again. And
Oh, man.
it's like, no more
Yeah,
control for you.
camera's a bad issue in this
Well,
game.
well, no, it's that it doesn't let you play.
Yeah, just like a little cutscene
Literally, so
again.
like, yeah, it's like Dan said, you go through the whole opening thing.
5
And you,
minutes.
you know, you watch all that,
Yeah.
and then Ron's talking to you, and he's like, "We need to go and shoot these boxes by doing this, you know, holding down X and building up your spell." Like, okay,
Everything's
cool.
segmented badly.
And then so then like it does the typical thing when like you know the screen's smaller for the cutscenes and it opens up when you're playing.
Yeah.
So then like the screen opens up, you're like, yeah, you run 3 steps and it walks you down the hill, and then Ron
Yeah.
goes, "These are the boxes we need to destroy. We need to or move or whatever. We need to do that."
Yeah.
So
And then
slow
like
paced.
whilst you've got the Weasley mum going, "There's a ghoul in the loft throwing pipes around. Stop it!" And then like 2 seconds later, she's like, "Have you stopped that ghoul in the loft that's throwing pipes around?"
Yeah.
We're getting there. It's like,
Take your Ritalin, mum,
yeah.
and chill the fuck out.
So like the tutorial level was building up your spell, which is just hitting X or holding down X and hitting boxes.
Is it
Yeah.
Flipendo?
Flipendo.
Yeah.
Climbing on the boxes and getting into the loft.
Where you meet the
Where you meet the
plumber-loving
ghoul.
ogre.
It's a ghoul, yeah.
Plumber-loving ghoul.
Goes.
And like,
It,
so
look,
the
it just
first...
looks like a troll from the other game.
Plumber-loving
Yeah.
ghoul? It's like those hip-hop bands from the 90s, like Fun-Loving Criminals. Plumber-loving ghoul. Let's make a hip-hop band and call it Plumber-loving ghoul.
Already done.
What do you mean?
It's already done.
Who?
They're great.
Who? Who are they?
Plumber loving ghoul.
Plumber-loving ghoul. That could be the hit song of the band Plumber-loving ghoul.
Yeah.
From its hit album, Plumber-loving ghoul. Anyway, it's a plumber-loving ghoul.
Yeah, so then he the mini so it turned into a mini game.
Yeah.
And the ghoul is just throwing pipe work at you.
Yeah.
Whilst you're a chest and you move left and right and stay in the centre to catch them. And you have to catch 60 pieces.
At first, I thought that he said 6, and I was like, okay, 6.
Makes
60,
sense.
fuck.
It's just excessive.
It's went on for too long. Like 20 would have been fine.
And
Yeah.
you have double the amount of time you
And
actually
there's
need.
no, and there's
Yes.
no challenge.
No
whatsoever.
challenge.
It's
Because
not-
you can see
It's just direct.
when he's thrown it, you can see where it's going.
Yeah.
And it's not like you get one on the left, one
It's
on the right,
trying to
one on
be.
the left.
It's trying to be like sequential, but it's not
It's-
particularly good at doing it. Do
It's
you know what I mean?
boring.
Yeah,
So then-
exactly.
Also, it was just a mini game, like right off the bat.
But
I was
this
Yeah,
is this is
straight
what the
away.
tutorial is. It's a
a
collection of
series
mini games divided by a small section of running in between.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
It is
Don't know
literally
why.
it. But
It's
I
a
mean,
weird choice.
we have to call out when you are learning Wingardium Leviosa with the dad, and he was like, "Here, Harry, I'll show you an example."
yeah.
Praise the sun,
And it's just
yeah.
like he's just like, "Your arms are broken."
Yeah, so he just stands in a Y for like a good minute whilst he's moving this box.
Which Harry does not do when he.
No, you have to
performs
watch the
stuff.
fucking cutscene
But
of
you
Harry
see,
going
every single time you pick up a box.
Yeah, oh, it's mad.
But this is where I think the Muggle world has an advantage over the Wizarding world, because the Wizarding world goes through all of this like hubbub and fuss
Yes.
to pick up an old TV and drop it on some stones. In the Muggle world, sledgehammer,
Yeah, we have a bit more fun.
efficient, fun, less time.
A good boot.
A good boot. Give it a
Oh,
good
kick!
boot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, give it a good kick. Yeah,
It's an
I wouldn't
unnecessary
pick an old
faff, isn't
TV
it?
though. That would hurt.
it would.
They were
Unless you had some
chunky,
steel
chunky
toe
massive
toppers,
steel
them
toe cap
things.
boots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was another mini game. Then you you do that one to get some gloves.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then you move on to the other mini game, which is probably the best one.
Gnome
Oh,
throwing.
man.
Gnome throwing. So like
Fucking hilarious.
so the
It's like
premise
shot put, but
With a living creature.
yeah, so the premise of this one was
It's like the scene from Wolf of Wall Street where they're throwing the midget.
I haven't seen it.
I don't remember that.
Apologies if that term offends anyone. Oh, it's great. Though. It's a great bloody scene.
I love that. Sorry if that offends anyone. It was great.
I don't remember that scene.
Oh, when they're throwing him at the dartboard, they've got like him velcroed up, and they're like, "Way!"
I watched it when it came out.
It was a long,
Don't remember.
bloody long movie. I don't blame you for not remembering all of
No.
it.
Steph's like, they just threw him. They didn't shot put him. It's
Yeah.
like, no,
This is crap.
I'm
I mean,
not
it was so good.
interested.
It was so good they showed it twice. But I'm glad that we've got a camera so you can just pick up the little synchronise.
Yeah, so this one was there were gnomes in the garden,
Yes.
so you needed to get rid of them by
Garden
throwing them
gnomes.
into a garden.
yeah.
Yeah, interesting, isn't it? I can understand the pond. I can understand chucking them into the pond, but you could always just drown them underwater anyway. With your hands. You
Yeah.
just hold them
They're
underwater.
trying to get
Instead,
rid of
instead
the
you get a
gnomes,
few
not
things
kill
to
them.
throw them at, and the camera it's so annoying. Like the camera goes to one, it shows you the phone box.
Yeah.
It lingers there for a while.
Yep.
Then it goes to the next one, which is the pond.
Yep.
Lingers there for a while.
So we get the point.
Goes to the next one. It's like, oh, I know there's multiple things I can throw these gnomes at. I get it. So then you've got to spin around,
And here's the Iron Maiden.
different torture methods. Like,
Guillotine.
so you spin around, you try and throw the gnome. I was crap on my first go because I didn't understand how it worked.
Oh, man.
No, but I'm sorry,
Comedy goals.
but still to stay, you may not have achieved the best score, you may not have had the best throw, but you had without doubt the most comical fucking throw. You're like, all right, lads, I got it this time. Here we go.
Full power.
And it's just like he's got to do it straight down line. It's like, here we go, full power. It's like, oh, I hope you aim all right, Stef. I got it, lads.
I threw him straight off screen.
It's the sound it makes. It's like, oh!
But the really funny part was the other times you failed, they'd show him like hitting into something and then walking away.
Yours
It's like,
just disappeared.
just like, no, we're going to forget that one.
Some say that gnome is still flying to this day. He's reached the stratosphere. He's in between the Earth's orbit and space. So he's just carrying around the gravity of the world. He's like, I'm so tired.
Constantly falling.
But there was just something about that minigame.
That minigame was
good.
fun.
It was good
was fun.
It
Adam
was.
straight away was like, no, let me in on it.
We all had a
ended
go.
up
We all had a
passing
go.
it around.
Yeah, we got a chance.
You got the best score, actually. You hit it in the pond.
Straight in the pond.
Yeah.
So you got 250 points and got Harry's high score.
Yeah.
Which you didn't
I
even
nailed
get
it.
anything for.
No.
Like, I would
No.
expect, because just earlier Ginny was talking about the cards.
Maybe if
And
you
I
get
thought
it the
you'd-
first time round. No.
I don't think so.
They'd be a bit more forgiving, wouldn't they?
Because at first I thought like if you hit like the phone box or the pond, it was based on points of like how far away they were, and then I went,
Yeah.
oh no, the pond's harder because you have to gauge the direction
Yes.
and the
Yes.
power. It was I loved it. I wanted to play it again.
Why is that like Vernon?
I wanted to play it again for the rest of the time we had. But
Yeah, to be fair, I would have played that again.
Yeah, I would have played.
In a way, I wish we did.
Yeah.
to be
Good fun.
honest.
Instead, we carried on. And was it the boss
It was the
next?
dueling.
Oh,
next.
dueling.
With
Oh.
Fred or George, one,
So Adam,
one of the twins.
Adam, you played the first duel. Do
It
you want
was
to tell us
shit.
about that?
Yeah, so it's basically like a tennis match. You're separated by a little hedge, and you just have to throw spells at
Steph,
George
you look
or Fred
genuinely
while
pained.
doing
Steph's like, oh! I feel like he's in such pain that he's this close to getting like telepathic powers.
Yeah.
It's just
Everything
like suddenly
starts
everything starts crumbling ceiling and plaster and everything. He's like, all right, calm down, mate.
But it was just shit. It was just tapping X while moving left and right.
I think it's because it was
I love
so
what you're doing it.
easy.
You're actually
There's
doing
no
it.
aiming. Yeah, I am. That's basically.
That's how
what
you
was.
play it.
That's it.
Take notes. And then there was a different sequence that Dan did, which was you get a jinx or something like that. You
Special
circle
move.
at some
Yeah, so basically, like,
point.
And then
There
I
was-
realised there's no point. I might as well just do it normally. and
Yeah,
finish
because
it-
there's like
finish
an
it
old
faster.
TV there,
Yeah.
and if he hit the TV, he popped out a good spell. So you then get the spell, hit him with it, and then you go behind the TV, you hit the TV, you get the spell, you hit him with it.
It reminded me very much of like Crash Bandicoot bosses.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There's always like one little thing to hide behind whilst something's happening.
And
He
then you run
stops,
out, hit them
go
for a
out,
bit.
hit them.
Crash
go
Bandicoot
back.
bosses are a lot more fun though.
Yes.
Yes, yes, true.
Yes.
Very true.
Yeah, it was
Very
just-
true.
Again, it was no challenge. Like you got so much life, it doesn't affect you really when you get hit.
Maybe later on in the game they're a bit more challenging,
Yeah,
but
but it's just
It was
painful
boring.
to play.
It
Yeah.
was painful to
it's
watch.
tutorial.
This
but
whole game
it
so far
was-
has been
it's
painful,
just
except for
slow.
the gnome throwing.
It's
So then-
so true.
Next was when Dan had his first boss encounter.
Oh bloody hell! I was so scared.
So the plot of this is that Ginny has gone walkabouts and you need to go find her.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right, so then Dan goes through a gate.
I was fucking determined.
Do you want to tell him about your boss?
It came out of nowhere. I'm in the middle of this woods, and then I get hit in the face with a pair of pants. And I was like, whoa, what the fuck's this? Who's this pervert in the woods? And it's a fucking washing machine. And it's like bouncing around. I'm like, fuck me. And it was, for the first time round, it was a lot more fun than Fred and George fight. Because, I mean, this one gave a bit more of a challenge, and it's a fucking washing machine. It was cool.
Yeah, you don't often fight washing
No.
machines.
But when I do, I have a good time.
Yeah.
You beat it just by avoiding it, and then hard stuff.
You just sit like that.
Much like when you have to speak to people you don't like.
them by
I beat
avoiding
him by avoiding him.
As soon as you knock it out, I don't know, you're able to use
Yeah, how do you
Wingardium.
knock out
It
a
implies
washing
it
machine?
implies that it has consciousness if you knock it out.
Oh, the
I'd say
colour
it's
consciousness.
made it
Well, it does have
malfunction.
consciousness.
Yeah, it's-
Well, I
It's
mean,
firing
in-
socks at
animated.
you.
In that map, the most boring map in the world. It was like an endless, just like patch of green.
Yeah, it was just like an oblong of green.
Oh man, it was just so
Catacomb of lime.
boring. But at the very beginning, it's got like the washing machine and lawnmowers as enemies, and also bees for some crazy fucking reason.
There's
Yeah,
always bees. It's always bees.
Who would have thought bees would be in a forest?
Yeah.
But
I mean,
they've got
washing machines on
They've
the other hand,
got houses
they've all
for
been
them.
fly
There's loads
tipped.
of bee houses, and I'm just like, the Weasleys are just out of control with the hives.
Well, they need honey.
They need
don't
honey.
Fair enough.
So they can
you
force feed Ron, the little
bastard.
tyke.
So yeah, you knock the washing machine out, and then you can use it for. At what I first went, it's like, oh, okay, that's some decent platforming. You just go, oh,
Yeah,
right. So you can bring it
cool.
down to get to the next ledge, and then you can bring it up again to get to a higher ledge.
But it quickly becomes apparent that interesting dynamic of moving a washing machine is basically repeated for the next 4 or 5 times. Yeah, 3 or 4 times.
So you haven't played a Final Fantasy game. I'm sure you played one where you fight the final boss, and then it's not the final boss. There's another form of him.
Yeah.
And then you
Yes.
kill that one. You're like, oh, I'm done. And there's another form, and he's back.
Yes.
That's basically every Final Fantasy final boss.
It really is, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. It always is. So, was it in? Yeah, it even was in 15. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yes, it was. So,
Typical.
so basically, the washing machine fought him about 3 times.
Oh god, I just was
They
making
need
up.
they need to add like epic Final Fantasy boss music. You know, like
I'm just imagining some sort of story like the second washing machine. You killed my brother. And then it's King washing machine at the end.
Oh,
Yeah.
That last fucking washing machine though, I was like, okay, I got really bored and we had like 2 minutes left. I was like, I'm gonna find Ginny. I'm gonna make it, and I just started rushing through, forgetting everything else, and I got to that last washing machine, and after I beat it, it was just an optional boss for fucking beans. I was like, no!
Yeah, so you can collect magic beans as well to buy wizard
it's
cards.
like the form of currency in the game.
Yeah, so you
basically.
can buy wizard cards from Fred and George later on.
Yeah, great.
Then you found Ginny,
Yeah.
and that was where we got to.
I have a theory about the washing machines. I think what's his name? Malfoy, big Malfoy.
Lucius.
Lucius. I think he's cast a hex on the Weasley family and turned them into washing machines, knowing that Harry Potter, being the good spellcaster he is, and has to find Ginny because he's aware somewhere deep down in his heart that's his future wife and soul, that he murders the Weasley washing machines. The Weasley
So
washers.
you're saying it's like the original plot to the first Super Mario game. You know, when the Mushroom Kingdom, the plot was that Bowser turned the population of the Mushroom Kingdom into blocks and Goombas and stuff.
And he's
So
murdering
you're
them,
smashing the
aren't
blocks apart and you're killing people, aren't you?
they? It's almost like the whole
Yeah.
Planet of the Apes sort of thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh my god, I was wrong. It was Earth all along. Well, you finally made a monkey out of me.
Is that real?
It's real.
Well, he sings it.
It's you know Troy McClure from Simpsons.
Yeah,
It's his
nice.
stage version of Planet of the Apes.
See,
It's the whole thing where he does.
I haven't seen any of the old Planet of the Apes.
No, it's not. It's Simpsons.
No, but I haven't seen the old Planet of the Apes or that episode.
Oh, well, it's Earth, isn't it?
Yeah, I know the whole
it's
plot twist.
yeah. It's not actually a part of any scene. He's just made a song out of the last scene.
Right.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And then they have the rap with Dr. Zaius.
Yeah. Dr. Zaius,
Dr. Zaius, dun dun dun. Zaius, Dr. Zaius, dun
I
dun
do remember this
dun.
now. Yeah.
It's brilliant, man. We'll watch it afterwards. We'll watch like Troy McClure's Planet of the Apes. It's fucking funny.
And fuck Mr. Hatcher.
No,
No.
Dan, that's not a game.
It is.
Oh, you had your
Okay.
Protect Adam. He's a sensitive soul.
It's a great gameplay.
So that was it. That was
So-
Harry Potter the game. Shit.
So
Yeah,
what did we all
underwhelming.
think?
I thought it was shit.
Oh man.
The thing is, I quite enjoyed the first one. Like, because the
Yeah.
first one you're in Hogwarts,
flying
you're
on the
like,
broom.
you're like, oh, cool, you can do this. Yeah, flying on a broom. You've got the little platforming bit. You
How much did we get done in the first one, in the first half hour?
got a
lot
fair
more.
bit, didn't
Got a
we?
fair bit done. We got to the first, like, an actual boss.
Yeah.
Which was somewhat challenging. Not a fucking washing machine. And
It
it
was
was...
dishwasher, was it?
Oh, God.
It's a dryer.
Oh no.
It was just...
That's mean.
This one was so slow paced, and it was clearly imagined for people that had played the first one, because
People with patience.
you
Oh,
were doing
fuck.
the exact same things you'd learn
Not
in the
Stef.
first game, and it was just so slow paced.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, a part of me did kind of like it on one level just because it is like a fucking carbon copy of the first. And just for the sake of kind of nostalgia's view, you're kind of like, oh yeah, it's that Harry Potter game that I did like, that I remember, but it's not.
No.
Do you know what
We'll
I mean?
have to try out the PS2 version.
Yeah.
We'll have to do it on cashing in just to see what
And
it's like.
I remember playing the GameCube one. I do remember it being like, I mean, it's not like groundbreaking.
Was
or
it
anything.
much more gooder?
It was considerably more Goodera.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
So, would we carry on playing Harry Potter? And the
No.
Chamber of Secrets for the
No,
rest
I
of
I'd
don't
go
think so.
back to the gnome throwing.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
do,
yeah,
do a
for
bit
a
of gnome
while.
throwing.
At
yeah.
least you only have to do like 15 minutes of a bit of hiking to get to that point.
Yeah. Yeah. So
But
for the
no,
sake of
I-
gnome throwing, possibly,
I
but
wouldn't
not.
continue
no.
with the game.
No
Afraid
for all
not.
day. But no.
Steph, you fucking so.
I
angry.
can't wait to play it again. No, I definitely would not carry
Oh,
on playing
shit.
this. So,
Cool.
Cool Wall. Right, let me just bring it up.
This one might be fun.
What has happened to your sleeve? You've turned like into fucking. What's his name? What is that guy?
I don't know. I love him though.
Sylvester Stallone.
Sleeveless Joe.
Sleeveless Joe. Sleeveless Joe.
That guy.
That is the type of character you just like meet. Like, do you know what I mean? Just
Alright.
some guy on a park bench.
So, Cool Wall.
Uh huh.
Top 5.
Yes.
GoldenEye N64, The Warriors PS2, Hercules PS1, Aladdin Mega Drive, and Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone PlayStation 1.
Oh, that's number 5.
Ooh, yeah.
Interesting. I don't see it being dethroned anytime
challenged.
soon.
Right, and then bottom 5. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Spider-Man 1 for the GameCube, Little Nicky, Game Boy Color, Back to the Future Part 1,
Mm-hmm.
The Crow for the PlayStation 1, and Wayne's World SNES.
Damn. Right at the bottom. Okay.
I suppose the question
It's
is.
a bit of a tough one. I definitely don't think it's going to go anywhere near the first one.
No. The real
This
question
is
for
difficult.
me is it worse than Wayne's World?
I think I know where I'm going to put it.
I don't
I
think
think
it's
I've
as bad as
decided.
Wayne's World.
No. I do think I know where I'm going to put it.
Wait, what's above the Crow?
Back to the Future Part 1, Little Nicky, Spider-Man,
Actually, I don't know.
Gremlins.
Oh, I don't know.
It's a bit of a tough one, isn't it?
No, I know where I'd put it.
Go on, who knows where they're going to put it?
Go on, give me a bit more time to decide. So
I'd put
if you've got it, shout it.
I'd put it above the Crow.
Above the Crow. So you're going to take what?
Third to last.
Okay, third to
I'm
last.
going higher than that. I'm going
Yeah.
to stick it above Little Nicky. Under
You
Spider-Man
know what?
1.
I was thinking of taking Spider-Man 1.
Yeah. And what, I'm sticking it in between Spider-Man 1 and Gremlins.
No, I'd say Spider-Man 1's actually more fun than this.
Yeah,
and I
that's what
fucking
I was
hated
thinking.
that game.
So I'm sticking it underneath Spider-Man 1, so
I'd go with you. Yeah.
between that and Little Nicky.
Yeah,
I did
I'm
play
with you.
Little Nicky,
So I think
yeah,
that's number
I'd-
16, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd be happy to go with Little Nicky above that.
Yeah?
Let's do
Well,
it.
that was quite easy then, wasn't it, lads? All right, cool.
Well, we never had to look at the top echelon of the list, did we?
No.
We weren't
Let's
spoiled
be
for
honest.
choices.
So the last question, is it a cash grab?
Yes.
I'd say yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was easy, wasn't it?
No, yeah.
Fucking hell.
Should we give some reasons?
Yeah, yeah.
The main reason is
Mhm.
they've reused the first game.
It's an
Yeah.
asset flip.
It is.
It's an asset
That's like they basically just made new levels of the same what they had.
Yes.
They barely
Yes.
made
They
new
didn't-
levels.
Well, exactly.
Just
They
the same
they
sound.
didn't make any like new textures that I could tell. They didn't
No.
like make the people look any better.
They ripped
They
off
did-
the opening sequence with the book, and it's
Yeah.
just like it's just exactly the same.
They didn't
Yeah.
put in a like any new spells so far. You've just got the standard Flipendo and the Wingardium Leviosa that you had from the first game. It's not
Yes.
like, oh look, this is something.
There's no
new.
dramatic change, no.
No, you've
Not
just
at
got
all.
a bunch of random mini games thrown in. It's a Harry Potter game. What am I doing playing fucking mini games?
Even the menu screen.
I'm so angry.
Yeah, even
Oh,
the
it's
menu,
just
even
so
like the
bland.
most basic of things.
Basic, yeah.
But like as well, taking into account the dates as well.
Yes.
Like released the same day as the North American release.
Yeah.
This is like it's such a fucking tie-in as well as an asset flip. It's something that like had at best 6 months of work put to it, and they're like release it then with the film, get to money, ching, boom.
So this came out in 2002, yeah? I was
yeah.
going to see what other games came out in 2002.
Good call.
Only argument I could have for it is and it's not even for it really. It's
Against it.
it was on it was on every other platform, and
Yes, very true.
they probably just churned this one out because they went, oh, all right, the first one was on PS1, so
Yeah.
maybe they just didn't put any work into the PS1 one at all.
PS1 one.
PS1
Yeah,
one.
PS11.
Maybe.
But I mean, that's still
Tony
no,
Hawk's
there's
Pro
still no
Skater 4. That's a fucking great game.
still
Tony
no
Hawk's Pro
excuse.
Skater 4 came out in
People
2002,
paid for
but
it.
I think referencing back,
Okay, go on.
big bass fishing.
See, fucking brilliant, and that's considerably better than this.
The thing is, guys, I'm
got
looking,
bass in
looking
it.
through this list, and I don't know many of these games.
Yeah, but it's because we've reached a
Have a
point
look.
in 2002 where the PS2's come out. So they've
Oh,
stopped developing
great
games on the
point.
PS1.
Great.
No,
point.
they were.
I mean, they're still developing, but not in the same way.
Yeah,
that
no,
they-
true,
you know,
yeah.
It was
So
just
that's
like
why-
FIFA and Madden and all that
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah,
That's
true
why I
enough.
think it'll be interesting
Vice
to play it on
City.
a-
Final Fantasy 11
Oh, God,
came
they
out in
came out in
2002 on PS2.
Yeah, Grand Theft Auto Vice City on
Really?
PS2.
Vice City for the PS2.
Amazing.
Time Splitters 2.
Admittedly, this Time Splitters 2, fucking hell.
So we need to play the PS2 version to see if it stands up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll play that for
this
cashing
might-
in.
Yeah, yeah, and
I'm not
obviously,
going to say
we might have-
it's not going to stand up against Vice City. Or
no,
Time
like
Splitters
no.
or-
No,
But I mean,
no.
obviously, it had different developers. You know,
It
it
could be
would
better.
have been built somewhat from the ground up, rather than this, which is
So the PS1
fucking-
version is just a straight rip of the first one.
and a hell of a cash grab to go with it.
Yeah.
I think it's
That's
just
that.
something they went ahead and just had to do.
It's easy money. And frankly, like, you can understand it from a business point of view. If you're a developing company and a publishers and they got the pressure on you and they say, look, like, you've got all of the fucking data and assets right there. You just got to recolor a few bits, do a few more lines, add this, add that. In 6 months, get it. It's like, yeah, you know, and it will make a fuck ton of cash. And I'm sure it did.
And like you said,
you
the
know?
PS2 was out, and the PS2 was on form as well, like from
Yeah.
release when it's so.
Yeah.
They knew that a lot of their market had gone to the PS2, so there's not
Yeah.
much point spending like a year developing a PS1
No,
game that not many people are getting.
exactly. Yeah.
We'll have to play the PS2 version.
We're going to have to.
But
That's
PS1 version, cash grab.
Cash grab. That's
Cash
it.
grab.
So
Shit,
from
we'll have
us, from Tom, from Adam, from Steph, and the other one.
That's so mean.
I'm so sorry, Dan, because I've been nice this whole episode.
No, you're
And
not.
I can't. I have. I've been bad. So I thought I'd continue that trend. Sorry, Dan. But yes, from us, thanks for watching. Hopefully we have all the footage here this
Yeah,
time.
maybe the
Yeah.
footage.
I
survived
see the
it.
red light, so we're good.
We should be good. We're
And it's
fine.
still
That's-
flashing at the back,
that's the
so we're
danger light.
totally fucking good.
Danger light.
The
Everything's
danger
gonna
light
explode.
overheating. But yeah, so thanks for watching. Please do subscribe. Check out our Twitter and stuff and follow us there. We're also on SoundCloud and iTunes. So yeah, be involved. And we'll catch you next time. Later.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.